All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to 89 Games and to our stream tonight. So, Frosthaven Digital, they released a demo for it yesterday on Steam, and this will be available, I think, until, I believe it was next Monday. There's like 7 days that the demo is available during, I think it's Next Fest. I'm so like out of the Steam arena at the moment. So forgive me if I got that wrong. But yes, the demo's out for about a week. But let's go ahead and get in. Let's talk about it. So this is the successor to Gloomhaven, and we'll go ahead and we'll start a new campaign here. So the demo has three. Technically, there's 4 scenarios. You can do 3 of them because it's a branching path type of thing. So it's not very long. About 3 or 4 hours probably to play through it, depending on how many characters you use and if you're playing with other people. And I think the multiplayer works in this demo, but I haven't actually tried it. But the option's there. So let's see, what are we going to be? We'll be the 89 Knights. Yeah, sure. Can't do Mercs because that was my other one. It won't let me do that probably. And we'll keep it on standard difficulty. So, this has 4 of the 6 starting characters in the demo that's available. The 2 that are not are the Blinkblade and the Geminate. And I probably just because their mechanics are complicated, it's probably complicated to program that in. So they're going with they have a little more consistency with. So we have the Banner Spear, the Bone Shaper, the Drifter, and the Deathwalker. So if you're not familiar with Frosthaven and you've only played Gloomhaven, then let's talk about these characters a little bit. So Banner Spear is one of your tank classes, and it gives us nice, so this is new over here, that it gives us the kind of the balance of the character, like their range, melee, defense, a little more in depth than it was in Gloomhaven Digital. And then the complexity and all that stuff. So that's kind of nice. So here's your tank, and she has a lot of abilities. Her cards that she has to have allies in certain positions, like on this one. The blue space should be, yeah, the blue space is an ally, has to be there to be able to do this attack. Now she has summons and stuff that she can use that help her be able to do this. And then we have the Bone Shaper, which is our summoner, our necromancer type. So she can summon a ton of skeleton guys, like this guy here. And that's her main source of damage, is actually her summons. Now, the nice thing about Frosthaven, most of your summons are not one and dones. Like this guy here, for instance, once he dies, this card goes back into your discard, and you can get the summons back. So that's a really nice change that makes summons a lot more viable and a lot more fun to use in Frosthaven. And then our Drifter is another, he's kind of an all-arounder. So he's a tank class, but he also can play ranged. And so a lot of his cards, his big thing is he has, let's see if I can find it. So Crushing Momentum, Sustained Momentum, and Unbreakable. I think there's one more. Relentless also does it. So the top on this card is your next 6 melee attacks you gain +2 attack. Now, he has an ability to actually regain charges of these. So it won't just be 6 attacks. For instance, if we go to Bloodletting, if he kills the enemy with this attack, he gets to regain a use of one of his active bonuses. So essentially, you can keep these bonuses active for an entire scenario if you play your cards right, which makes him super powerful with like attack 4, move 4 every turn at a minimum. So he's simpler to play, but also a ton of fun because of that mechanic. And then finally, the Deathwalker, she uses shadows. So she can create shadows, and then she uses these shadows to attack. For instance, this one, she attacks 5, but she performs the attack as if she's where the shadow is. So she can actually melee attack from range, if that makes sense, by using a shadow. So we'll get into all that as we play, but we're going to go ahead and take the Banner Spear and the Bone Shaper, because those two actually play very well together, because the Banner Spear needs summons, do a lot of her attacks. The Bone Shaper puts a lot of them out there. So let's take our banner spear here, and let's just call her 8s. And then, of course, you pick your personal quest just like you did in Gloomhaven. However, personal quests are a little bit different. They don't necessarily unlock a character. They can actually unlock new buildings and stuff in the town that you can then upgrade and build. And characters are actually unlocked through story events. So key points in the story, you'll unlock characters. Certain buildings, when you upgrade them or build them, you'll unlock a character. So unlocking characters isn't tied to retirement goals per se anymore. It kind of just happens naturally as you play the game. So these two, let's see, it doesn't really matter because we can't really play long enough to actually retire the character. But we'll go with the study of plants here. And then finally equipping, so we get 30 gold total. Now you don't get to keep this gold. If you don't use it all, you don't keep what's left over. So try to use your whole pile of gold when you equip your characters. But for the banner spear here, we're going to go with, obviously she's our tank, so we're going to do, just going to go basic heater shield and leather armor to get her started. And that's our banner spear. So let's go ahead and grab the bone shaper now. And we'll call her 9s. Alright, just a second here. Let me take a look-see at something here. I have a keyframe issue, so I think our quality's down a little bit. Let me know, too, if you can hear everything okay. The music keeps turning off. It's because I'm clicking off the game, but let me know if everything else is good. So give me a second, try and fix this issue. If I can. If I can. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. Hopefully, it won't be a major issue. Let me know if it's really bad. But we'll keep moving on. Okay. So our personal quest here, let's go for, let's see, 5 different quests that require boat, climbing gear, or sled, or experience the construction of 12 different buildings or upgrades. That would take a while. Of course, this one could too, so let's just do build, not destroy. Let's do that one. Okay. In addition to an enemy that already has one or more, maybe. Kill an enemy attacked by any of your allies earlier in the same round. These are all going to be really hard for her. She can apply negative conditions, so let's try Tormentor. We'll see if we can get it. So, and then it tells us over here, you know, what enemies are going to have in the map, and then down here's all the different loot rewards. So that's another change with Frosthaven. Instead of it just being money, you'll actually have to pick up wood, metal, hide, and then there's several different herbs that you can pick up, and you use these to make potions, craft weapons, and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started here.
The sounds greet you first. Muffled, metallic pangs, a voice howling. It's difficult to make anything out with the wind rushing past your ears, but you know that tune anywhere. There's a fight up ahead. But a fight means people, and if there are people, then the town must be close. You hear more, a scream, the crash of steel against stone, a deep, earthy growl. You're running now. Your legs are wasted from the hike. Your shoulders ache from your gear. But the sounds are close now, and up ahead, you see the gauzy orange light blooming in the air. With one last push, you round the final bend in the trail, and you see it. Frosthaven, engulfed in flame. Great petals of fire burst from windows and crawl over roofs. People stream from the town's ruined gate, their faces bent in panic. A moment later, you see the object of their terror. A massive creature with 2 legs and 2 hulking arms, covered entirely in thick, white fur, 3 gnarled horns crowning its head.
Algox Raiders!
Cries an elderly porter beside you.
We're doomed! They're stronger than anything else alive! We've come all this way for nothing!
As if to prove the point, the Olgox you've been watching catches a fleeing outposter with one hand and hurls him backward as if he weighed nothing. 10 days you've been hiking. 10 days, and this is what you find. You breathe out a thick plume of foggy air and hoist your weapon high. Time to get to work.
All right, here we go. Let me know if you can hear that narration enough. I know I have the audio in the game turned down, so hopefully you can still hear that. And by the way, the music and like the menu screen and in the town phase and stuff is really good. It's really good. It's much an improvement over the original Gloomhaven Digital. Although I think in the actual scenarios the music's the same. So I don't know if that's just something that's not been added yet because they're still not done with development yet.
We're doomed!
But we'll see. It'd be nice to see some new tracks added. But okay, let's get started. So let's make sure our tank is out front. And then I forgot to go in and change my cards, so I'm a little disappointed in myself because I didn't do that. Because there's a couple of cards I wanted to swap out. So I'll try and remember that, do that next time in between scenarios. So right now we just have level 1 cards, no X cards. Let's see. That one's a good one, set for the charge. So they're going to suffer damage when they walk into me. That's really good. And then let's see, what do we want to do here? I think that one is... I'm not 100% sure what that icon was. I couldn't remember. It kind of looks like the one that's it keeps you from using items, but that wouldn't make sense for the enemies. I think honestly, let's just go set for the charge, let them come into us, and then let's get our banner out there because we can use that. Let's see, where is... Yeah, rallying cry. Put the banner strength out. So she can actually move her allies too. She's got, let's see if we can find one there. Grant 2 allies within range 2, move 2. That actually does apply to the banners as well, not just creatures and stuff. So you can actually move these flags. Even though they can't move on their own, you can use your abilities to move them and keep them up with you. So we're going to do that. And then for the Bone Shaper, we need to get some skellies out here just as fast as we can. So let's go ahead and find... Yep, let's get the Horde out here. Now, the one thing about her summoning, she does take damage every time she summons something. So there's like a health management aspect to playing the Bone Shaper. But there's also plenty of ways to heal yourself. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get this skeleton out there. And then for the bottom... So these are really good too for... Now this one, it has a skeleton on top, so I really would want to keep him out there rather than use the bottom. But this gives you like basically 3 times where one of your skeletons can take a hit and they don't have to take the damage. Which really helps them with their survivability. Well, let's go with... This one's a heal an ally, because it has that ally icon, the little blue person next to the target one. So we couldn't heal ourselves with that one. I think we'll just do this. Maybe. So we can heal one. I don't know. It's been a while, man. I'm trying to remember what I want to do here. Okay. Yeah, let's just do the heal. Get some health back after we summon the skeleton. Alright, let's go. Okay, good. The Algox is going to move towards me. That's what I want. We're going to set for the charge. And then bring out the banner strength. Make sure it doesn't get targeted, so I'll probably have to put it behind me, which kind of sucks because it'll be harder to drag it along, but otherwise it'll get targeted. I don't want that to happen. There we go. And this banner gives everyone within range 2 of it an extra, I think it was it +1 attack? Yeah. To one of their attacks each turn. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice little buff. And we do have allies on this first mission. We have the city guard. But all they do is shield and retaliate. They don't actually attack. Use our shield. Take 2 damage. Good. The archer didn't move. That's good for us. Alright, let's bring the skeleton in. So we have to take 2 damage, because we did that. Now, an enemy didn't die this round, but we can still get 1 health back by doing this. So, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Heal ourselves a little bit. Alright, in their turn. What's the priest doing? Just healing. Healing and blessing. So he blessed himself, which is going to give them a ×2 in their deck, but that's okay. Alright, now that we got our banner out here, and we got allies all around us, we can probably do a cool move. So let's see what we got. We could do combined effort, attack 3, and wound. That actually sounds like a really good idea. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. And then I want to, you know what? I think I might use this one just because I want to, I can't remember what that particular icon does. So let's test it out. And combined effort there. All right, and our bone shaper. So we want our skeleton to make sure he goes after Banner Spear so he doesn't get demolished by this guy, just in case. So what did we do for Banner Spear? She's going at 21. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's right there. Alright, so again, so here's another heal that we could do for her, but I think I'm going to go ahead and bring out another skeleton. Although she can't bring out a skeleton where she is. I'll have to move her first. So let's do a move. Or we could do a command and... Nah, let's just do a move for now. Here's our other skeleton to bring out. And then we will do... We'll use this one just to move 3. Alright, let's go. Okay, looks like we're good on our initiative. So we're going to get to do this now. Now, we can only do this if the pattern is right. So I think, let's see, how's this working now? Won't let me do it there. Should be able to do it, though, because Skelly's right there next to me. So, do I need to rotate the attack pattern? Yeah, there we go. There it is. Had to hit R to rotate the attack pattern. Now, I can use the Banner of Strength. Give me an extra 1 to that attack, so we probably won't even need the wound. Let's probably take him out. Oh, well, we got -1, so good thing we wounded him. Cool. Alright, and then let's see what we do with this. Let's go ahead and move up 1. Which actually, now I think about it, that frees up our space for our skeleton, so. Oh, it's a pole, duh. It's a down arrow. It looked like a little vase or something to me. That's why I was like, what is that? Duh, it's a pole. So I could pull somebody, but nobody's in range, so. That's alright. Now I know. The guard, he dies of his wound. Now, Archer, is he in range? Nope. Alright, we're not doing too bad so far. Alright, let's see. So, we can go ahead and let's move first, then we'll bring our skeleton in. Let's grab this loot. Loot is a lot more important in Frosthaven because you need it to build up the town during the town phase, the outpost phase. So you really it actually makes loot cards and looting something that you actually want to have on your character. And it also helps you with actually calling in, being able to craft stuff for your character. Because you can buy stuff at the shop, yes, once you build a shop. But the main thing for getting stuff will actually be crafting. So you really want that stuff to be able to craft new armor, weapons, shields, and items and all that kind of stuff, potions for your characters. So we got 2 hide out of that. And the game does scale the loot up if you have less characters. So since I only have 2 characters, most of the time when I grab a loot, it's going to be like 2 or maybe 3 of the item instead of just 1. If you're playing with 4 characters, then most of your loot you pick up will only be 1 of whatever that loot is. So plus you get inspiration that you can use, and there's some balancing that goes on when you have less than 4 characters in the party. Alright, let's see. What do we want to do now? We need to move this banner because we want to keep it coming with us. So I need something where I can move it. So where's that one? Regroup. Ally within 2. Within range 3. Move 3. So we'll do that. And then let's see if we've got a ranged attack we might be able to hit somebody with. Because we could probably hit this guy. Yeah, maybe not. That's range 4. If I would have grabbed the attack I meant to trade out, the card I meant to trade out, I'd have it. But this way I don't. But you know what we can do? Oh, nope. This one's not a bad one for healing your party. You take damage based on how many people you healed. But, I mean, I could do this right now. I would take 1 damage, and I would get my Bone Shaper back up to full health. I might actually do that. Plus, I get XP. So, we'll do that one, and we'll do regroup to get the flag up here. And then for the Bone Shaper, let's see, Skellies, how much movement do you guys have again? I think they move 2. Let's see. Yeah, they move 2, so they're not going to get to an enemy. So they're probably going to... We might lose a skeleton, but that's okay, because they come back. Let's just try and go early so the skeletons can get a move. So I could use this and move a skeleton with it. And then let's get something that grants our skeleton an attack. Or we could do this. Just be attack 2 and poison on the enemy. Let's do that. Alright. So our skeleton will move. And then we'll go ahead and do this. We'll move up 2. You know, we don't really have to, but we want to keep moving so we can get to the next room. So then we'll bring in... Hi, Sarah. Yeah, you can buy items. Crafting is a whole complex system to the crafting and buying things. You have to craft some things, and you combine crafted items with other crafted items to make better crafted items. It gets pretty deep. It gets pretty deep as you get farther into the game. Okay, what am I doing here? You. I want you to move. Yep, let's confirm him. Let's have him move right over here. So now he's nice and adjacent to that guy. And then we'll do this attack. So we'll get, since we have an ally or a summons adjacent to him, we'll get the extra attack. So it's attack 2 and poison. Of course, we pull a miss. But we still get to poison him. Alright, in Bone Shaper's turn. And the Banner Spear is going to go. What is our archer friend doing here? He's going to attack 3 at range 4. So we're probably going to lose this skeleton. Unless I can do something to protect him, but I don't really have anything. Oh, and I forgot. I messed up. So Bone Shaper already moved, so I can't heal him with what I was planning on doing. But it's okay. I definitely want to move this banner up. So I can move it up 3. Let's move it towards the door. Yep. Okay, and then what ability is it wanting me to use? Oh, was that more than... Yeah, it's 2 allies within range 3. That's why. Okay. Well, let's just give our skeleton friend an extra boost. We'll pop him over here. There. And then, yeah, we can't do this now because we're not adjacent. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I think we can. Because heal 3, target all allies. It does not have a range on it. Ah, perfect. So yeah, still works. Now, the only one that actually needs healed is her, so this hopefully will only hurt me one damage to use it. Oh, okay, it's going to let me target who I want. Which, it only needs to be her, so... So Banner Spear will take 1 damage to heal Bone Shaper for 3. Not bad. Not a bad trade-off. Alright, and that's it for the Banner Spear. Yeah, graphically it looks pretty good. I think it's still an earlier build, so I imagine it might actually get better. But oh hey, we got the Warden's Robe, so we can keep our skeleton alive. Nice. Forgot about that. Alright, so Skelly's probably gonna take care of this guy. Skellies are probably gonna do good on both these guys, but let's see. We need an ally behind us for this one to work. And I don't think we have a way we can line that one up right now. Or that one. This one we could use on the archer. Or we could just do this. Attack 2 and help a skeleton finish someone off, maybe. There's a choke point here, so it's kind of messing things up. Let's just do deflecting maneuver and then tip of the spear, and then hopefully we can get in. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can here get this loot. Between skeleton and banner spear, this guy will be dead. That works, and let's see if Bone Shaper and her Skelly can finish this guy off. Let's see, I know I've got a grant attack somewhere. Let's see, curse for range 5. Grant one of your adjacent target of the curse ability attack. There we go. That's what we want. And then we'll take like a move 4 and hopefully he'll be dead. He may not be dead from that attack, but so maybe we should hold off on the move. We can strengthen an ally within range 3. It won't be much good if we finish everything off. Well, we're definitely doing that one. And then this is an active card. It stays active until it happens, so we could just do that one. Yeah, let's just activate the bottom of that one. Alright. Cool, he missed. And the retaliate. Okay, now our skeleton might be able to finish him off. Alright, so we're going to move up here to grab this loot. And then we'll attack him for 2, which will be 3 because of the poison. Or 2 because we pulled a -1. That's okay because we still got skeleton's turn. There we go, we got some lumber. Alright, he didn't move this time, so he's got disadvantage. That still hurt, though. That still hurt. Alright, oh, Banner Strength is going to help our skeleton here. Ow, come on, Skelly. You pulled a -1. He pulled a -1 too, but that guy's poisoned, so we got him. Alright, and then a Bone Shaper. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to do the curse on this guy. And then that's going to give our skeleton another attack. Let's see. Okay, I got to select my skeleton first. And then select the target. Use that Banner Strength again. There we go. Got him that time. Also, I'm trying to notice if... Okay, no, they look the same. I thought maybe these two models for skeletons were different based on the card they came from, but they're the same. Alright, and now we can activate this or we can move. Actually, we might want to just use the move because we got difficult terrain to get by here. So we're just going to use the move. Okay, now it's almost time for our first long rest before we go into the big room here. Let's go ahead and try to get closer. Okay, so we got that going on, and then for our Bone Shaper, she's still got a couple turns left. If I can get my skeletons up closer, that would be a good idea. Or just bring in my third skeleton, too. Let's see. I could actually take 2 damage to heal up my banner spear. Are we range 1, 2, 3 right now? Yeah. I think we're going to do that one. So where was that? It's the bottom of this one. So we're going to do that, and then we can use the top to call in our other skeleton. Maybe, well, unfortunately I'll have to call him in behind me. I don't like that, but it's alright. Okay, so skeletons can move toward me, which we're going to do for this guy especially. So that's another thing, which I think Gloomhaven added that rule in the digital, where you can still have your summons move towards you if there's no target. But it became official in the board game version with Frosthaven. So yeah, your summons, you can have them move towards you, so they're not stuck clear on the other side of the map. All right, let's go ahead and heal her up. So we're about the long rest anyway, so we can get that 2 health back pretty easily. Well, of course, we're going to take 2 more damage here, but it's all good. Get used to having low health as a bone chip. Alright, now Bane of Spirit can't get very far. So, the one thing that you'll find with Bone Shaper, now in a smaller party like this with only 2, it's not going to be too much of a problem. But in a larger party, one issue you can run into is the skeletons kind of get in your party's way. Because there'll be like 3 skeletons out there in a tight spot like this, and you need to be where they are, but you can't get there. So just be aware of that when you're playing in bigger parties. Skeletons can sometimes be in the way, but they're also helpful. So, all right, let's go ahead and get our long rests out of the way. Actually, we've got one more turn here, so if we move, yeah, we can move 4. And actually, this does grant one of our summons a move, so that's actually useful. Okay. So let's take, let's see, skeletons are all next to me already, so we can just skip. Alright, and we'll move 4 with the Bone Shaper, which will actually only be 2 to get to this loot. And then we'll grant a summons. We'll probably just grab this guy so we've got at least one guy up in the fight. And then we'll move him up here so he's in front of her. I don't need to consume the dark. It's going to be gone anyway. Okay. And then we'll get our long rest out of the way here. Let's see what card we want to lose. At all costs, that was actually kind of useful before. Plus, the bottom of this one, I haven't used it yet, but that calls in a reinforcement, which you get to control where they move. So it really helps with setting up your attacks, since you need an ally in a specific spot. But this reinforcement does not attack or do anything. They're just there to help you, basically. Let's see. Regroup, we need Javelin we could do without. It's nice to have that ranged option, though. Actually, you know what? Deflecting Maneuver, because that's the card I would have taken out if I had remembered to. So we'll just take that one. Alright. So, now we run into the problem. Like I said, I've kind of got Skelly in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as I got 4 movement, which I think she's got 1. Yeah. But I won't be able to hit anything, so I better go set for the charge. Set for the charge and tip of the spear so we can get her out in front by the door. And then it'll be time for Bone Shaper to take a nap. Alright, and then on this mission, you want to keep as many guards as possible. It gives you you get a bonus if you do that once you get done with the scenario. So hopefully the guards don't die on you. set for the charge is the top I want to use, so let's use this one. Let's go open that door.
You run inside the gate, and the breadth of destruction becomes quickly apparent. The town has been sacked. Smoke burns your eyes. What structures still stand are bright with fire, and the rest smolder. Their frames like black torched skeletons. And all about the wreckage howl the Olgoks, celebrating their victory in an unrecognizable language.
Dun dun dun. Okay. By the way, yeah, I like this. This is cool. The filters change. Like over here, it's all snowy. And then we go to where there's the fire, and it turns all red. I just thought that was a cool feature they added in there. Okay. Let's see. So set for the charge, just in case. Which these guys actually aren't moving, so... Oh well. And actually, I forgot. I should have moved my banner up before I did all that, but... It is what it is. It's just going to be stuck back there now. At least we got some use out of it. That's one thing about the banner spear. Sometimes you find yourself kind of lagging behind because you're trying to drag your banner with you. It works better on maps that are smaller, obviously, or defensive maps. It's a little harder on ones where you got to keep moving because you can do it, but you kind of have to remember to take a turn to keep your banner moving. Okay, and let's see. Let's get their turns out of the way. Hopefully no one hits me. Nope, he's hitting me. It's only attack 3. Looks we got our shield back. Now these guys are just buffing up, shielding. What's the priest doing? He's healing, blessing. So nobody's attacking us this turn, or attacking the guards, so that's good. Besides that first attack. Okay. Skeletons are trying to move up. Trying. Alright, what are we losing? Let's see. Probably angry spirits. That's fine. Alright, so we got a couple health back there. Now, let's get serious. So, Skelly, he's kind of lined up where I might be able to use him for something. Let's see. Combined effort, no. Not quite, unless I do something to make him move. So if I move 1, 2, which I've got an ability that does that, I believe. Here it is. So if we use combined effort, and then I can use unbreakable wall, which I forgot. The bottom of unbreakable wall gives us a permanent shield. We just lose range on our range attacks, which if you're playing as a melee tank, that's not a big deal, and you can always have a shield. But I haven't activated that yet. Maybe I should, but we're going to use this attack here. And then let's see what I got for the Bone Shaper. Let's see if we get something to help our skeletons get up into the fight. Now, another thing you can do too, which I maybe should have done before that long rest, is you can actually deactivate your skeletons whenever you want. So, like right before you do a long rest, just deactivate these guys, kill them basically. You rest, you get their cards back, and then you can summon them where you are. So if you find your summons falling behind as a Bone Shaper, just get rid of them, and then you can call them back up in the fight again. But since we didn't do that, actually going to... Now, if I have her go first, it might not be a bad idea, because then Skeleton will go ahead and move up anyway, and then I won't need to use that other ability on. So instead of using combined effort, we could use Javelin, because I could pull them towards me. You know what? I kind of like that idea. Let's use Javelin, have her go first, have the Bone Shaper go right after. So something like Malicious Conversion here. Or even, let's see, Fell Remedies a heal, which we might need to use on one ally, range 3. Yeah, let's do that, because I think our Banner Spear is gonna need the heal. She needs it now. She might take another hit, too, so... And then we'll just go ahead and move. And get our Bone Shaper up there, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we beat everybody again. That's good. I think somebody's immobilizing. Are you immobilizing? Yeah, so we're going to get stuck. Bones, or our Banner Spear is probably going to get stuck, but that's okay. So we can move up 1 with this, and then pull at range 2. So we'll pull this Algox guy to us. And then we can use Unbreakable Wall. Which would be a lot better if we were hitting more than one enemy with it, but... yeah. You take what you can get. Nice. Okay, we got 4 damage on him. Now, I could shove him again. But I don't really want him targeting my skeleton, and that's who he'll... let's see. No, he doesn't go until after the skeletons. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter, make much of a difference. Actually, if I could have pushed him into that trap, that would have been perfect. Let's just shove him back 1, that way our skeleton continues to advance. That works. Now, he's going to heal. Did anybody heal? Looks like we're getting attacked. The archer. Oh! Good thing we had the leather armor. Otherwise, that would have been a ×2. Still not good, though. Skelly's gonna finish him off. Nice. Okay. Now, let's get up there, and let's see. Can I get the heal off from here? I think I can. Too bad I don't have any of these elements. Would have been a lot better. But yeah, we can get the 2 heal off. Keep our tank alive. And then we'll move 4 up into the fray. Not quite all the way there. See, this guy still has to go. He's going to move 3. You got 1, 2 there. If we go here, we should be relatively safe. Relatively. So he's going to come up and hit us. Got a -1. That's good. Only 1 damage. Not bad. He's going for the guard. We didn't move up fast enough, so he's going after the guard, which is good or bad, because the guard does retaliate too, but depending on how much damage he does, he could also kill the guard. We want to try and keep them alive if we can. Alright, are these guys within 1, 2, they're within 4. Could help get the skeletons up here. And I'm already adjacent to this guy. So what can I do? Now I need that. Now I need a push. I can push him into this trap. I don't think I have a push, though. I do not. So I don't really have a good attack to use on this guy. Unless I have her go after. Skelly will move up and I can use Skelly. So let's do that. So we'll use regroup, because I'll drag one of these skeletons from behind up, and then combined effort for the attack. And then we just need to go before 25, so that means we'll have to use Flow of the Black River, which also will help move up skeletons, so that's good. And then we could do Decaying Will again, because that skeleton will be adjacent. Yep, let's do that. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Oh, he went first. Okay, shielding and retaliating. That's... that sucks, but... Now, I do have a card. You've probably seen it. The bottom of it, I think. Oh, of course you got a miss when he's going to retaliate. Come on, Skelly. So So there is a card that makes your skeletons immune to. Actually, it's the bottom of Decaying Will. Your summons do not trigger retaliate. So if you're playing enemies that like have a permanent retaliate every time you hit them, you definitely want to play this card. And again, it makes your summons so much more effective because they never take damage from retaliate. It's really cool. But these guys only have a card that does it. They don't do it all the time. So we're going to stick with our original plan. Let's poison him. And we got 1 damage on him, so that's good. And then we'll move 2, which I don't know. I don't want her to get targeted, really. He's going to attack 5, range 3. Right now, he target. So if we go over here to the corner, we should be okay. And then I can grant one of my summons a move 2. Do I have to... Oh, I have to be able to see them. That makes sense. So I have to have line of sight for it to work, which kind of sucks because now the only guy I can move is him, and I don't want to move him. All right, good to know. Good to know. It's not a big deal. My guys are getting up here anyway. Okay, so we're going to do this. And yeah, we're going to take Retaliate probably, so hopefully we just kill him. Oh, of course. We missed. At least we wounded him, but it's not good. Alright, let's get an ally up here. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's grab you. And let's have Skelly move. Let's have him move over here. And then, can I do it with 2 of them? Oh yeah, I can do it with 2 of them. I keep forgetting about that. So we'll go ahead and grab this guy too then. And we'll have him move maybe over here. Take him longer to get around, but he could maybe go after this guy. Yeah, let's put him over here. And actually, Skeletons went first, so actually we're in a good position. So this guy, he's going to die. But he's going to die to protect Banner Spear, which is another good use of your skeletons. So this guy just wasted attack 5 on a little skeleton that's going to die, but I can bring him back. So, perfect little distraction there. That shouldn't do anything good. That didn't damage him. All right. Now, we got, at all costs, we don't want to heal anyway. We could use our reinforcement, maybe, again, as just a shield. And then we could use Pincer if we can get a skeleton. If I... No, I can't get the right movement to make that work. So, we'll just make the best of what we got there. Now, let's see what Bone Shaper is going to do, because that's going to make the difference here. So we could grant one of our skeletons attacks. He's going to go up and hit him for, should be at least 3 because of the poison. If he gets a +1, the wound will kill this guy. So let's try and do some commands. Let's do... I actually could do this again to heal Banner Spear. And then... command of the Wretched for movement and attack. Yeah, let's do that. Except for we'd have to go really late to do both of those things. No, let's do this and let's do the attack. We'll save the heal for another turn. Hopefully Banner Spear will survive. Let's see, okay, good. Archer went later. Alright. I think we're good because we can get the skeletons out front and they'll draw the fire again. Alright, he didn't quite get rid of him. That's unfortunate. Alright, now I could have him finish this guy off. I was wanting to go after the Archer, but since this guy's still here, what's Archer doing? Gonna attack 4. He'll attack that skeleton. That's fine. Let's just grant the... Let's grant this attack 5 and make sure that this guy dies. As long as we don't miss. Okay, good. There, now we're probably going to sacrifice another skeleton, but that's okay, because we only have... Well, we've still got 3 enemies, but... We'll keep our Banner Spear alive. And now this one, I would just skip. Oh, he pulled the curse. Didn't do any damage at all. Nice. We'll keep our skeleton alive. Alright, now what are you doing? Oh, no. Oh, no. No, guard. Well, crap. Of course, you pulled the ×2 on him. Of course, it's just a demo, so it's not like we're playing for a long time, so that's not going to make that much of a difference, but still, it would have been nice to keep them all alive. Okay, what can we make happen with our last 2 cards here? We could just move and loot is probably the best option. Or we could call our summons in. I'm going to move and loot. Move 1, loot, so we'll get 2 loots for this. It's good to use turn. Like I said, loot's a lot more important. So we got Rockroot and Snow Thistle. Nice. You can use those to make potions. And then we'll just skip this, because we don't want to hurt ourselves right now to heal anybody. Alright, so she's got a long rest, which, by the way, what were my mugger? She has to kill an enemy and loot the same round. See if I can make that happen. And you had to negative condition people. That's probably not going to happen. That one's going to be tough to do. Okay, so we only got 2 cards left, so we'll just make the best of whatever happens there. And we're long resting here, so... Man, that's not good. That means this guy is going to go before Banner Spear, or before the skeletons do, and probably kill Banner Spear. So actually, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and short rest our... Yeah, we're going to short rest. And we'll lose that one. That was fine. Alright, that way we can go ahead and take our turn now and we got a better choice of cards. So let's get... See, this guy, he'll get up and attack him. He will not quite get there. But we can make sure we go as early as possible. And then if we can grant an attack, that would be great. There we go. That's range 5. That'll do it. Okay. Now we should be able to keep everybody alive, hopefully. We don't have to lose any cards. Good job, Skelly. Okay, so that's actually not bad. We can get her healed up and still get off the attack. Nope, nope. It's a top. Well, we want to do this. We're going to throw another curse in their deck, and this should... Hopefully we'll kill him with this. So we'll give you the attack. Oh, man. Skelly. Skelly, you let me down. Alright, well, we can move 2, which... Let's go ahead and keep moving her up. Maybe we can go out and grab some of this loot. And then we'll move, let's see. I'm actually going to move him, so that way this guy can get up there on his next turn. So he'll probably kill him. No, maybe not. What's his attack for? 5? Oh, he's going to get him. Oh, nope, we got our robes back. Skeleton's still alive. Alright, Banner Spear, let's get you some health. None of these guys are really going to move towards us anymore except for the one in the back, so we could probably get rid of Set for the Charge. Although it does have a move 4 on it, which we're going to need. So let's I don't know. Let's go with let's get rid of Javelin. That's fine. We'll get rid of Javelin. All right, Banner Spear's had her nap. She's feeling good now. Let's go finish this guy off. Let's go ahead and just do the move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we got a little ranged attack, which I just got rid of, that would have been Javelin. If I wait till... because I won't be able to grab the loop. That's fine. If I wait till this guy goes, then we could use pincer movement. So maybe we want to go a little bit later. Or combined effort might actually... So I can move him to... I don't know. I don't know what I want to use here. Or we could... Okay, here we go. Tip of the spear. So we'll use combined effort to try and position Banner Spear in this skeleton so we can use tip of the spear. We'll see if we can make that work. And then, if the guy's still alive, the skeletons might have him dead before then. Depending on what did we go with, 32. So we could do this just to heal Banner Spear a couple. And that'll get our skeletons moving early, which is what I want. And then let's go ahead and move to get some loot. So we'll just use the bottom of Dark Tidings. Alright, what happened? Okay, Archer's going late, that's good. Alright, looks good. Stay alive, guard. Good job, guard. This guy's gonna come after you, though. Not this turn. Nice. Good job, Skelly. Yeah, so, again, summons, especially like the characters that are summoners in Frosthaven, so much better and so much more fun to play than the Gloomhaven counterparts. That's for sure. Don't pass them up, because they're a lot better than what you might be used to in Gloomhaven. Okay, so let's get this heal off. And actually, we've got darkness. Nice. So we can do a heal 4. That is perfect. Now Banner Spear's in good shape. And then let's move 4 and grab some loot. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. And it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's really move up there, and we can throw out some more skeletons again. Got a couple lumber. Alright, Banner Spear. We might be able to, let's see, if we move... There's not an angle I can get to, because I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I might be better off just move 4. Get as close as I can. Actually, you know what? We're just going to move and grab this loot. Yep, because loot is important. And we'll skip the attack. Cool. Alright, we got hide. Okay, now we'll go get rid of this priest. Probably get... You're going to move... He'll move right here. So, what if I can move 1, 2... I'd move 4 again. Which I don't think I have a move 4. Oh, I do. Perfect. Alright, so let's go after the skeleton again. And we'll do the move 4, and then we'll do Unbreakable Wall. So we'll have to go really late, but that's okay. Hopefully it works out. And then right here, it's time to, let's see, range 5. I could poison that guy. That'd be useful. And then also I need to call in. I need to get this guy back out there. We'll do a basic move 4, and we'll do this, and yeah, we'll see what happens. He's targeting 2, but I don't think he can... What's his range? Range 3? So he did. He hit my skeleton. And cursed him. But I did kill him at least, so that's good. Get him, Skelly. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and just let's bring Skeleton out first. And then we're just gonna grab some more loot. So yeah, if you're playing as a Bone Shaper, you can just call in your skeletons, let them go to work, and then you can pick up all the loot that everybody else left behind. And you can be a rich Bone Shaper. Nice, 4 gold. Right. Thankfully, this guy's taking a while. We might be able to get there, protect that guard. Alright, can I make this work? I think so. Yeah, we're good. Get here, we'll use Unbreakable Wall. Let's see, I need to rotate it. There we go. Ah, getting bad polls, bad modifiers here. I do not want to push him unless he's gonna... He already went, right? Yeah, let's skip the push. Alright, well, we got him this turn. So I'm actually gonna have... Actually gonna maybe move a skeleton. Let's see. Regroup. 2 within range 3, so he's range 3. And let's move 3, so I can move these skeletons up here. We're gonna do that. And then we might probably just basic attack this guy and hopefully finish him off. So let's have Bone Shaper go after 20. Well, she's gonna have the long rest anyway, so... Yeah, now do I need a long rest? Yeah, we need the health, so we'll long rest. Okay, now, I don't think I can bring my... No, my banner doesn't come back. Okay. A banner is one of those summons that doesn't come back if you get rid of it, so I wasn't able to recall it. Let's see. So we're going to grant the movement to our summon friends here. Confirm target. Let's have you move up this way. We need to stop this guy from getting to the guard, so we're going to send some skelly bodyguards. This guy will actually both be able to attack, hopefully. If they don't get killed first. So yeah, these two characters complement each other very well because she can help move these guys around. These guys help her do attacks. It's pretty good. Now, this I can't do because I don't have... I would need an ally on the other side. So we'd have to be like here and here. So this is just going to have to be a base attack. Hopefully it's enough to kill this guy. Yes, we got it. Now, guard will end up attacking Skelly. Nope, that's okay. Skelly did his job. Took one for the team. And other Skelly is getting revenge. Undeath pays. Yes, it does, because it's going to loot everything in the background. While everybody else does all the work. Oh, let's see. Let's, You can even have your skeleton flute, by the way. Bottom of this one. Grant one of your summons, loot 1. So, if your skeleton happens to be surrounded by gold, just have him pick it up for you. I am not sure. You know what? It's okay. We can lose the extra skeleton. We're almost done here. Round 15. Okay, so let's see. You either need a long rest or short rest. I'm just gonna have her short rest because she's good on health. And then let's have the Bone Shaper. Actually, if we just grant one of these guys an attack, we can win this thing. Win this thing, grab some loot, and be done. So let's see. This one. Get an experience point for doing that one. Do we have another? Yeah, we'll go ahead and use this burn just to get the experience points out of it. So, boom, boom. And then let's get rid of what we lose in here. That's fine. And then we've got an ally up there, so we'll go ahead. And actually, I kind of want to wait and see if the skeletons kill him first. So let's go combined effort and then like tip of the spear just so we have all the movement we could want. Cool, they're going late. Skeleton's probably, yep, skeleton did it right there. He didn't even need any help. He got him. Okay, and this skeleton doesn't need to move. Bone Shaper just gonna go grab some more loot. Wait, why is it? Oh, okay. That's just the path. All right, let's get movement. Sure, heal. Why not? Get back up to full health. And what did I forget? I didn't get any of our perk points. I don't think, because I forget what the banner spears was. But we're getting lots of loot, so that's good. Mugger, she had to kill and get loot in the same turn, so that's not going to happen. But she can still go grab some loot. $6 gold, nice. And there we go. First one down. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, so let's see the outpost phase. So we won't be able to do much, because we've only played one scenario, so we probably won't be able to do anything, but we'll look around.
You lower your weapon and breathe as the remaining Ulgoks retreat, scurrying from Frosthaven like giant white mice. They'll be back, you're certain of it. But for now, you can rest. You wipe the soot from your face and take stock. Frosthaven is almost exactly what you imagined. A knot of grey stone and timber, surrounded by sharpened palisade walls. A place where mere survival is an everyday concern, and where only the desperate could feel at home. Thankfully, though, the townspeople are tough. They're already on their feet, dousing fires and picking through rubble. In fact, one of those townspeople is marching right for you. A sharp-featured human woman with a fighter's muscular build, close-cropped hair and dark skin approaches and offers a gauntleted hand in greeting.
The sea be praised,
She says, crushing your fingers with enthusiasm.
we wouldn't have held out much longer without ye.
You nod and ask what happened.
Oh, just life up north is all. I'm Satha, mayor of this fort, now that my predecessor and his lieutenant have fallen. As for the Olgoks, they've been at us all winter. Took them months to break through, but they finally did. Probably killed a dozen or so of my men. Would have done worse if you hadn't shown up.
You explain who you are, that you've been sent from White Oak. At the mention of the capital, her face scrunches up in displeasure.
It's about time they sent someone to help fix this mess they made.
She says, then tries to lighten her mood.
I don't mean to be ungrateful. I'm overjoyed to be still among the living. But a lot more people would be alive if your employers, the Merchants Guild, never stuck their noses in our business. I've spent my whole life here in what was once a fishing village, living and letting live with the Olgoks. Till last summer, that is. When the Merchants Guild sent some garrisons and bureaucratic types up here to see how Frosthaven could be of more use to the Empire. One of their expeditions proceeded to muck about in an Olgok's burial site, and the next thing we know, righteously angry Olgoks are attacking us. The Inkstains immediately hightailed it out of here, leaving just a handful of soldiers behind to keep us safe.
Satha clenches her gauntlet tighter and tighter as she tells the story, but now releases her grip.
I've had to learn a lot of things in the last year. The hard truth is that the Olgoks refuse to be reasoned with. And the only way to stay alive and keep this place I call home is to win the fight, regardless of who started it.
Her face softens and she clasps your shoulder hard.
There's not many of you, but I'll take what I can get, especially now that our garrison's been thinned. And as it happens, I have an idea.
She turns and gestures to the town's smoldering walls.
We took a beating in that fight, so if we're gonna survive much longer, we'll have to do more than just sit around and wait for the next attack.
She sizes you up carefully.
I've already sent a scout to track the Olgoks back home to the mountains. Drop your gear at any longhouse that's still standing and rest up. As soon as you're ready, I want you to get over there and find a way to slow these attacks.
The bunks in the remaining longhouses are all occupied by the injured, but you find a dry stretch of floor to lay your heads on your packs. You doubt you can sleep after the horror that greeted you in this little outpost. But before you know it, a young Valrath man is nudging you awake.
Wake up.
Sather's scout has returned with his report. He tracked the attackers to the foothills of the Kopanek Mountains, where they entered a cave at the base of Snowscorn Mountain. Interestingly, a smaller band split from the main group before they reached the cave and hiked around to the mountain's deadly eastern face. The scout didn't see where they went, but he suspects a secret entrance to the Olgoks stronghold.
One last thing.
The Valrath says as you wipe the final dregs of sleep from your eyes.
Another group is moving towards Snowscorn. They were Olgoks, no doubt, but they're dressed differently than the ones who attacked us. They carried long sticks and had some wild animals with them. I don't know if they're going to attack the mountain or reinforce it, but either way, you'd better get there quick.
Okay. All right, so here's our outpost phase. So you start with the outpost event, so kind of like the town events, the city events you had in Gloomhaven. So there can be a lot more going on with them. So a pretentious-looking visitor scolds Captain Olmsted, shouting for all to hear in the barracks yard. Shameful, just shameful. Is this how you greet an emissary from White Oak? It's a wonder you've survived this long at all. The condition of this camp... Outpost, sir. Captain Olmsted interrupts. The visitor looks flustered, then spots your ragtag group. And look at these miserable guards. They aren't even wearing standard issue armor. So, excuse me, we're not guards, we're mercenaries. Or, fall in line and pretend to be guards. I think there's just gonna be a, excuse me, we're mercenaries, thank you very much. Yeah. The emissary is shocked. What? This outpost is so understaffed you're forced to supplement the guard with mercenaries? That simply will not do. I'll include it in my report and see to it supplies arrive promptly. Captain Olmsted breathes a sigh of relief. The emissary turns to you and presses a bag of coins into your hand. Thank you for your service. We do appreciate those taking care of our assets, freelancers included. Party gains 15 shared gold. Awesome. So you just tell people you're a mercenary and they're like, hand you money. Oh, let's see, how much gold? Well, they both had 6 gold, so 8 and 7. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave that alone. Okay, so outpost phase. For anyone unfamiliar with Frosthaven, basically, you can build new buildings. So here's all the new buildings that we could add if we have the proper materials. So, like, we do have enough. We could build another wall, which will increase our defense. So during the events, the outpost events, the outpost can get attacked, and there's actually modifier cards that you pull and stuff to see if you win or lose each different battle around each building. So this increases your defense, giving you a better chance of actually winning those fights. They get the logging camp, and it tells you what it'll do at the first level. So we could buy and sell wood for 2 gold each, and then we also gain a I think, what is that? That is prosperity. We get a prosperity point. Every time you build a new building, I think every time you upgrade one, you get prosperity. Which prosperity is, of course, how you actually can start with higher level characters and things like that, too. So, then the hunting lodge, so we can get hide from that. Mining camp, we get metal from that. So forth and so on. So, these are the upgrades. We can't really do much with these in the demo, but it's nice to see the start of all of it here. And then, of course, you can also upgrade the buildings you already have, which you start with 4. So you got the craftsman, the workshop, alchemist, and barracks. Now, the workshop is just kind of, that's where all your upgrades like the sled, the boat, the climbing gear will go. And these allow you to access certain scenarios that you can't access otherwise. So certain ones you'll need climbing gear to get to, you'll need a sled, or you'll need a boat to actually get to. And then so the craftsman, that's where we can actually go and craft. So if we actually visit it, so here we can use whatever materials we have to actually craft new armor, shoes, whatever. So crafting becomes a big part of Frosthaven. Rather than just buying things at the store, you'll actually find yourself crafting quite a bit. So I don't know if we can really do anything right now. So let's see. Banner Spear, she doesn't have any metal. So we couldn't give her, like, this helmet would be good for her. But we don't have any metal to actually craft it. Traven Cloak would increase her health, but it would take the place of her armor. We could give her crude armor, though. Although she would have negative modifiers added until we get the perk to remove that. And then what do we got? Crude boots add +1 to a movement ability. Flexible slippers. You can loot hexes adjacent to you instead of just ones that you're standing on. So, actually, I think, you know what? Let's go ahead, just to show how it works, let's go ahead and make her the boots. So she's going to have to use her 2 hide that she has. And to make those boots. But now she has them, so I'll just double click to equip them. So now I can use these to get a +1 move. And then for Bone Shaper, not a lot of this makes much sense for her. Except for maybe the flexible slippers, which she has the hide, she can make that. She could also make a crude bow or spear. So this could add range to her attack. She does have a few ranged attacks. Yeah, it could be useful to have that. So let's do that. Let's have her use her wood to make the crude bow. And then she can equip that. So that's the gist of how the crafting works. And then of course, you unlock more recipes as you upgrade the actual craftsman building, and then throughout the game you'll unlock and you discover new recipes and things like that. So, and what other buildings do we have to show off? We have the alchemist. So this is where you would make potions. And let's see, we did pick up Banner Spear has a couple herbs. Let's see what we can do with those. So here's the different potions we can make at level 1 for the building, and we can make this one. Now you don't know what they are. You don't know what they are until you actually craft them for the first time. So it's actually really cool to kind of just discover as you go. So let's go ahead and make this one and see what it actually makes. So we need our rock root and our snow thistle. Let's do the research. And you discover a new potion. Choose a hero to receive it. So when you craft it for the first time, you research it for the first time, you actually do get a copy of the potion too, which is nice. But it's okay, it's a renewing potion. Which, this is something hopefully they'll add tooltips to this, because right now I'm not getting a tooltip to explain what this is, which is kind of important before I actually give it to someone. Because I can't remember off the top of my head. I think a renewing potion might give you like a regenerate or something. I'm not sure. Let's give it to the Bone Shaper, because if I'm right, that'd be good for her. So that's how researching those work, and it looks like we can sort by recipes by what they actually use, so that's cool. And then over here, we can actually see the recipes that we know. So that's how the alchemist works at level 1. Let's see what that potion actually does for us. During your turn, recover up to 2 of your spent items. Oh, okay. So actually that would have been better for the Banner Spear to have, but that's okay. Actually, that will be good for... No, those are spent items, not... Well, we'll see. That might be good for our armor for our skeletons. So let's see, do we have anything else? And we have the barracks, which the barracks, just depending on the events that you get and the choices that you make, it can get upgrades. It's not necessarily a guarantee that you'll get an upgrade for it, but you should get at least 1 or 2 upgrades for it throughout the game. And what that does is it allows you to add more guards, more soldiers to the city, to the outpost. So when the outpost event happens and the village gets attacked, guards can help you defend it. So, and then up here we have our morale for the city, which the higher this is, the better your defense gets. Inspiration can be used in place of resources to upgrade buildings, I believe, if I remember correctly, which is really important when you have a smaller party. So that's the basics. Let's see if we can do anything. We use some of our items. Let's see if we can actually build. I know it said we could build the wall, so let's look at that. Let's go into new buildings. Yeah, so we have enough wood between our two characters. So when you do upgrades in the town, it's shared inventory between both your characters. Or all 4 of your characters if you're using 4. So we can actually build the wall here. We gotta donate the resources, so we'll give, each one will give 5 gold to hit the 10 gold we need, and then we've got 2 wood and 2 wood and 2 wood. Okay, and then we can build the wall. So let's see, where did it actually... Okay, right here. So it's building it right now. It won't be completed until the next outpost phase. So when you build a unit, which that makes sense because you can't use the building the outpost phase you build in. You'll have to wait till the next time. But this wall is being upgraded, so on our next event, we'll have actually 5 defense for the city and start repairing these walls. So that's the gist of the outpost phase, and then you can also buy stuff if you had the merchant, which we don't have the merchant unlocked yet, so we can't actually buy materials. So in the beginning of the game, the only way to get new stuff is to actually craft it at the craftsman. So the other thing we can do, though, and I want to do before I forget, is actually go into my character, go to my cards. Now, the hand management, I hope they kind of change this. I don't like the way this is set up for hand management in Frosthaven right now because... So you can see it says which one I have equipped, right? But since they're not in a nice, like a list where I can see all the names of the cards, like in Gloomhaven, you could scroll down the list and it would bring up the card next to every single one. You could kind of see everything at a glance. Right here, I actually have to scroll down. And as I get more cards, this is going to get more complicated. So it's harder to kind of see which cards you don't have equipped and be able to trade them out. So I kind of don't like the way they have that set up. Now over here, you can do the kind of thing where you scroll down and you see all the cards, but these are only the ones you have equipped. So I think this could use a little bit more work, but again, it's still early. I'm sure some of this stuff will get improved. A lot of improvements were already made from the beta they ran, so... But let's go ahead and make the change I wanted to change while we're in here, which I believe was I took out... I think I took out Deflecting Maneuver to put in... See if I can find it. Where is... Not Resolved Courage. No. Alright, so see, this is what I'm talking about. I can't see... Oh, it's right here. Duh, it's right next to it. Driving Inspiration. We want that one. Gives me this range attack, which has advantage. That's what this green sword is. So I attack with advantage, activate light. Plus, it gives me another banner down here that actually heals characters that are within range 3 of it, which is really nice. So we're going to do that. And then for the Bone Shapers, one change I wanted to make, which was take out Malicious Conversion to put in Wrath of the Turned Earth. So it's another grant. Summons an attack, which is really nice to have. Plus, if we have grass, we can actually add poison to that attack. And then the bottom is our make our summons immune to damage for 3 hits without actually using a summons to do it. So we definitely want to add that one in. And then actually, so another nice thing is you can actually see all of the cards from the beginning. So you can plan out your build. Like in Gloomhaven, you couldn't see all the levels and all the cards. It was hidden. They changed that with Frosthaven. You're now allowed to look through and see all the cards that are coming up. So you can actually kind of plan out your build by looking at all these cards and figure out which ones you want to pick each level. So I think that's really cool too. And you can go ahead and see everything all the way to level 9 here. And then the perks menu, which we don't have any perks yet, but you can also kind of go through each of these, tells you what they do. And the perks have changed a lot in Frosthaven too, so you have a lot better perks and more unique perks than just simply swapping out modifiers. Like for instance, this one, replace a -1 with a +0 poison card. So that's pretty cool. You go down to Tribute. This one replaces a 0 with a +1, kill the attacking summon to instead add +4. So our summon, we can kill our skeleton. So he can do an attack +1, do 3, or we could kill him, but he would do attack 6. So there's some really cool ones in here. But let's go ahead and get back into the game. That's enough checking out the outpost phase. Let's go to the world map. So this world map looks really cool. Like in Gloomhaven, it was just like a map. It had like the map. You know what I mean? Like it's just a paper map. But here they actually made like a 3D rendered map, which is really cool. Kind of scroll around and see the world. But okay, we've got Algox scouting or Algox offensive. Now, I think I'm going to do offensive because I did scouting earlier when I was playing the demo. And also, this is the one that we did when I played the board game. So we're going to go Algox offensive and try that one out. Face off 2 distinct groups of Algox. In these ones, now it's not telling me here, which is probably something they should add in as well. But this is actually a linked scenario, so once we play this one, we will immediately go to the next scenario. We won't get to come back to town. So that's probably something they should be noting on here too. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I think we're ready to go. So in Frosthaven, you also have road events like you did in Gloomhaven, except depending on what season it is, they change. So it's summer right now, but you also have winter. So in winter, it's kind of like worse things happen. In the summer, you're more likely to get good things happen to you. So the summers, when you're playing the game, are definitely like a little more chill and a little more like, okay, I'm in summer for a few scenarios, I should be safe. Versus winter, where it's like, oh no, we're gonna die. Okay, so you're hiking along the banks of a small creek when a spray of color draws your eye. Blood in the snow. You draw closer to the scene, telltale black-red pools already soaking into the snow and mud. You're no stranger to the aftermath of a hunt, and this doesn't look like someone took down game. From the amount of blood and disturbed snow here, you're pretty certain this was a fight. So follow... Oh, I guess there's more. The blood trails off from the scene into a nearby copse of trees. Following it, you discover that the trail splits at a fork in the path. The blood trail continues to the left, though judging by the broken twigs and footprints, something else also ran off to the right. So follow the bloody trail to the left, or follow the trail of broken twigs to the right. So, to the animal or to the hunter? Or whatever the situation is here. I think we'll go... Let's be risky. Let's go after the bloody trail. As you follow the trail of blood, an arrow buries itself in a tree by your head. Ah, hello. Thought you were them. A young Inox in a bloodstained blue cloak sits against a nearby rock nursing some heavy wounds. A load of undead got the drop on me. I was just about to go... finish them off, he grimaces. If you can spare anything to brace this pain, I'll let you come help. Oh, he'll let us come help if we help him. Oh, so you know what? We're not going to be able to use that potion probably anyway, so sure. Let's see, what is this? Yeah. Let's give him our potion. Did it give it to him? Like, what happened there? You know what? I think in the demo it may not be completing those, just so it doesn't do any spoilers. So I feel like something should have happened there. Anyway, let's move on. Battle goals. Pincushion. Be targeted by attacks from 3 or more enemies in the same round. Slayer. Kill 2 or more enemies in the same round. Or Die Hard. Never let your health drop below half. Well, I guess we could try killing 2 enemies in the same round. Might happen. Straggler. Take only long rests. That's probably going to be an easy one. Promoter. Perform an ability targeting an ally before your first rest and between each of your rests. Overachiever. Kill an enemy and open a door in the same turn in either order. Since we don't usually attack with her, we'll just go Straggler with her. Alright, let's go.
Tired from the raid, so this is your moment.
Sapper had explained, pointing you toward the foothills of the Copperneck Mountains, where her scout tracked the Olgok's attackers.
I doubt you'll be able to fight them all on your own, but maybe you can find another way to subdue them if you get close. On the other hand, they'll be worn out after this little battle, so feel free to test your luck. Just remember, even a tired Algox is strong enough to rip someone in two.
After hours of tracking, you find yourself before a cave. A wide black stain on an otherwise pristine mountainside. A crowd of Orgoks moving around in front of it. Getting a bit closer, you realize there are two different groups of Orgoks gathered at the cave mouth, and they seem to be fighting. The defenders look like the Orgoks who attacked Frosthaven. Huge, brutish things with fur-covered muscle and vicious strength. They're throwing punches that could flatten a longhouse. You've seen it happen. But you can tell their strength is flagging against their assailants. The attackers, on the other hand, wear leather robes and move their clawed hands in intricate patterns. Covered in the same white fur as the defenders, they stand their ground outside the cave, guarded by wild beasts as they hurl magical storms of snow. You creep in close, and the battle begins to shift. A flank has thinned out on one side, and you can see a path into the cave ahead. It won't be easy to break through the fighting, but if you want to see what the defenders are guarding without getting your hands dirty, this is the best chance you're going to get.
Nice. I like these scenarios where there's like two different groups already fighting each other. It makes it pretty cool with a lot of manipulation you could do with targeting and drawing aggro and things like that. And Frosthaven has, if I remember right, there's quite a few scenarios that do that, where there's like multiple groups fighting. Gloomhaven had like one that I can think of off the top of my head. And actually, no, that one was just they were your allies. So, yeah, I think the two different groups fighting each other is a new thing to Frosthaven. All right, let's get the lay of the land. So, let's see. Okay, they got different colored health bars so you can tell which is which. So, these guys are fighting these guys. These are priests, and they got wolves with them, hounds. So, we kind of want them to, like, keep fighting each other. Okay, so all we have to do is escape without becoming exhausted. We don't actually have to kill everything. We just got to get to here. So we're better off, yeah, letting these guys like duke it out. Like, there won't be a problem. This guy, this one, and this hound might. No, the hound will go after him. This guy's gonna go after us. Skeletons will make a good distraction here. So let's kind of move maybe this way and just kind of hang back for a second. So maybe we'll go ahead and let's see. Let's get, where's our little ally guy? Reinforcement. I know I didn't take him out. Where is he? Let's go through it. There it is. At all costs. And let's also go later so they don't target us, hopefully. And let's just do a move. If we call in a skeleton, we can help move him along too. So let's do that. And then we need to go a little bit before. So let's do... Does anybody have retaliate? I don't think anybody has retaliate, so we don't have to worry about that. Actually, we'll just use this move 4 on Dark Tidings, and then Life and Death. All right. Now let's see what all these guys do. Oh, nice. Attacking both of them. Nice, yeah. Duke it out. Finish each other off. Make my life easy. Ah, we're too close. This one's going to attack me. Dang it. Good thing we had a disadvantage because they pulled it times 2 otherwise. Yeah, that wasn't that bad. What, they do curses though? That sucks. Okay, at least you're attacking. Yeah, they're also attacking my Bone Shaper. Stop it! Oh no, now my Bone Shaper won't be able to summon anything. Because she's got too much damage. Alright, we got... I should have went early to get away from these guys. I messed that up. Should have went early. Oh, well. So, yeah, we can't call in Skeleton because we would die. So that was kind of wasted. So let's just move... like... here, and maybe here. Let's see. Here they're next to each other now, so that should be fine. Should be good if we move here. Now, I don't have... no, she has no items that she can heal herself with, so... just end our turn there. These guys, they're going to kill that wolf. Oh, I missed. Okay, well, now that... let's see. I can't get my reinforcement in and move, so that was... but you know what? Good thing I pulled this one, so I can heal my Bone Shaper, so that's good. So let's just use our basic move 3, because we got boots. Let's do that. Try and get out of those guys' range. And then we'll go ahead and do this. Heal our Bone Shaper. It's kind of nice. These two characters can also like heal each other, which is nice. And actually, all the four starting characters that it lets you play in the demo, they all do have at least 1 or 2 heal abilities where they can heal allies, which is nice. You don't have to necessarily rely on one character for all of your healing. All right, well, the big guys are definitely going to win this fight, so we're going to have to deal with them in a minute. But I'm going to just get away and let these guys duke it out. I'm going to kind of go the long way around, go after these guys. So let's go for... like to... oh, I could activate my shield too. Alright, so we'll do set for the charge. Probably for the movement, because I think it's my only move. No, I gotta move forward tip of the spear. Let's do that. Let's go... yeah, and let's go early this time to make sure... yeah. Okay, let's try to call in a skeleton again. And then... what do we want to do? We'll call in a skeleton with the top, and let's use this to move us and the skeleton. Okay. Alright, Banner Spear. What's everybody doing? Let's see. Guards, 3, attack 2. And... where's the priest? They're gonna just heal, so they're just gonna... okay. So these guys are gonna move 1, 2, 3. Do I want them to hit me and retaliate? Well, retaliate will... won't kill them. It's not really retaliate, they just suffer damage. So if we move 4 to here, both those guys will get to me. But they'll both suffer damage. It's only an attack 2, right? Or attack 3. Attack 2. Yeah, we're good. So we'll move here to draw them out. Activate our set for the charge. And then... let's see what happens here. 2 damage. +1. Dang it. Miss. Nice. Okay, that's not too bad. What are the archers doing, though? I didn't even realize those were archers back there. Range 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot. They're in range 5. Oh, good. Curse came out. Alright. And a -1. So we're still alive. She's in rough shape, though. She needs some help. Let's bring in the help. Keep her in the back. Get the skeleton. I tell you who really needs the... I mean, I could move him towards the archer. He's still going to fight these guys, though, so... I don't know if... I do have that attack where I can do attack 5. He's on the other side, so let's just go move him over here. Let's have him advance. Well, these guys are just going to heal each other. Oh, a treasure chest. That's way out of my way now, though. And by the way, that's a change, too. In Frosthaven, when you pick up a chest, if it has an actual item in it, an actual, you know, potion or weapon or tool or whatever, you actually get to use it during that scenario, even if it goes over your limit for that thing. So, if it's a hand item and you already have 2, you get to have 3 for that scenario that you picked it up in. Now, once you go back to town, you gotta, you know, you can only have 2 equipped when you go into a scenario. But if you pick it up during a scenario, you're allowed to immediately use it, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Banner Hope for some healing. I could heal myself with this and get regenerate, but I really need to take these guys out. So let's have Bone Shaper. So let's use Fell Remedy, and hopefully that'll get the skeletons going early enough. I'm going to bring in another one. I'm going to heal, bring in another one. And then we really need to heal her, but we also really need to kill these guys. Which, honestly, Skelly take this guy out if he goes early enough. Now, what can I do? You know what? It might be a good time. Yeah, activate shield. So let's go ahead and do... Let's do Javelin. Let's do Javelin just because this guy will probably be dead, which means pincer movement won't work. And I'm not going to move to be able to do anything else. So, worst case scenario, we can attack with 2, or if we got the range on somebody. But let's get that shield activated. So, actually, let's switch that up. Let's use this instead. Go as early as possible. Okay, good. Looks like we beat all of them. That's good. So, we're going to activate our shield, which gives us 1 less range on our range attacks, but I don't usually play Banner Spear with range. It just depends on your party composition, but with only 2 people, she's definitely not ranged in this case, so it's going to limit my range, but it's not a big deal. And now, this is an attack that has advantage, so it'll just be straight on these guys, but it'll activate light. +1, nice. Okay, and then once you have to kill 2 or more enemies in the same round, that's going to be hard. Now, if I could have used this... Actually, you know what? If I had been thinking, I might have had what to be able to move him and make this work and killed both of them with it. I think I missed an opportunity there. Oh well, moving on. Go, Skelly. Backstab. Good. Got rid of that guy. An enemy has died, so this will be a heal too, which is nice. Heal 1. Heal again. And then use those 2 health to bring in another skeleton. We gotta get the army out there. We gotta get the army out there. Keep us all alive. Okay, now these archers will probably kill... Yeah, Skelly's gonna probably die. Yeah, because even this is 5. It only gives him 2 shield, but I can't. I do have the option not to use it. Good. Didn't have to use that, but this is bad. We'll have to lose a card. Pincer movement's kind of hard to use. All that move 1, loot 1. Oof. Javelin. You know what? Javelin, because we're not doing range, right? Oh, this guy's gonna go dead. So now these guys are gonna start coming after me. I gotta get a move on. I gotta get past these archers. Alright. Let's see. We got a shield up, and if I can get... So skeleton will move 2. 1, 2. And then do I have what I need to make him move? Not. No, I don't. I can't make him move and me, so... I think I'm just going to have to heal myself, and then... Honestly, you know what? We're going to move one loot. There's a bunch of loot we can grab right here. So this will be up to my Skelly friend. So let's make sure we can grant him... He's not going to go early enough, probably. But if we can give him a movement... Or we could keep him alive by giving him this. Kind of looking for this one, though, so I can move up and attack with him. So... Yeah. We're gonna go with this. Oh, crap. Crap. At least you get to heal yourself first. But, okay, these guys move to attack 3, range 5, immobilize. I might want to keep... I might let Skelly take the hit here. Because I can move back, and then I won't get the loot. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to move up. I want the loot. That's a lot of loot. Look at that. We got... Ooh, we got Ring of the Night. 2 lumber and 2 hide. Cool. So yeah, so I should have that Ring of the Night. I should be able to use it. Hopefully the game doesn't make me a liar. You can have the board game, so... Oh, of course they pulled it ×2. This is not going well. This is not going well so far. Starting to think I should have just went after those guys on the other side first. Alright. I'm gonna do this to skeleton. So he can move up here, just get in between them. Then we'll attack this guy. There we go. Finally got some damage on him. And then we'll just move to honestly, well, they're both 3 health. Okay. Oh, I need a long rest, but I don't think we're gonna survive. We're gonna try it though. Let's see what Skelly can do here. Or I could give the major heal to... Let's see, 2 and then 5. That would get her back to full health. Let's do that. And then either this or... This one, grant an attack +1. That's pretty good. Let's do that. So that's the bottom. That's the top. Alright. Yeah, I think my skeleton's going to live long enough to make it work. Ah, yes, he missed. There might be a chance. And he got a -1. Perfect. And the shield keeps him alive. Yeah, Skelly's still alive. All right, we got a chance. Good job, Skelly. Although I would have preferred you went after the other guy, but... Yeah, especially since these guys are going after him. It is what it is. ahead and finish him off, Skelly. -1. Ah, I left him alive. Well, that's okay, because then the distraction with these guys. Big heal right here. We'll take the 2 damage, it's fine. And then we'll get our long rest in. Let's see, maybe set for the charge from the mech's gotta move forward on it though. At all costs is handy as well. Man, I don't know. I guess set for the charge. I like that one, but we'll get rid of it. Okay, we're in a little better shape now. We got a skeleton out there. Let's see. Take this guy out with something. Come on. I might want to leave this guy. I mean, depending on what happens here, these guys would finish him off. If I can move, where's my move to? Move an ally to, right there. They have to be within 2 as well, which he will not be. I really need to put my little helper out. Although I also really need to heal Bone Shaper. Let's just go for... Let's do this one. Go after that guy. And then I could switch up. Yeah, let's do the move 2 maybe. Or we could do... Yeah, we'll do this. I'm going to try and move Skelly around maybe. And then you just need to like chill for a minute until you can get some healing. So we could do this for our skeleton. And yeah. Okay. So Archer is going to attack Skelly. Skelly's still alive. Alright, good. Wow, but the other skeleton's probably gonna... This guy's probably gonna finish him off. Oh, nope, he's attacking Banner Spear. That's fine. Banner Spear's got health and shield. And more shield. Now we're talking. Alright, and then we're gonna do... this. With advantage, so +1, take him down to 1 health. What are you guys doing? Priests are attacking 2 at range 3. So, we're going to get hit by them. Actually, no, they're going to attack him. Both of them will, so that's perfect. As well. Unless he dies from the first one, of course. So, we'll go ahead and move up here. And let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but you went first. So, Bone Shaper's safe. We're going to move Skeleton. Have him come over here. Wait. Oh, sorry, I can move someone else. Oh, I can move you. That's probably a good idea to keep you safe. Let's move the Bone Shaper, like, over here. And we gotta hide. Getting lots of loot this time, at least. Oh, nice. They use their bless on them instead of using it on me, so that's good. Okay, now they're attacking Banner Spear. Leather armor gives them disadvantage, which means they're not going to do any damage. Nice. Okay, now let's... Yeah! Skelly finished that guy off. Perfect. And you know what? Let's just, yeah, let's use our Skelly to give us that loot. Pick it up, Skelly. Good job. Okay, and then we could call this summons in. I don't normally use him, because this is one, and this is the case of one for the Bone Shaper. This one does not come back if it dies, but it does have flying. It has 2 shield, 1 health, but 2 shield, and it does attack from range. So I think we're gonna actually call this one in this time. Just for the extra help, and if it stays at range, it will live longer. Now, these guys are going to be annoying, because I'm trying to move on and ignore these guys, since we don't have to kill them. But we'll see how that goes. So, tip of the spear, they need to be behind me, so I need to move 2, and I can use tip of the spear. So we'll just use this for a move 2, tip of the spear to attack this. And then for the Bone Shaper, she probably needs to rest. She does. Alright. Good, they're just healing each other, so they'll leave me alone. I might have to just kill these guys. Honestly, I think I'm just going to have to kill these guys, because they're getting too close for comfort. So actually, we're going to switch this up. So let's see. Crap. Where they moved to, I can't make... Don't think I can make this work, because I have to be next to them. Crap. Alright, well, we'll just attack them with a basic attack. Let's move up here. Yeah, let's go right there. Confirm movement. Skip the rest of the movement. Let's attack for 2. +1, so 3. And now maybe our skeleton will be able to finish him off. There we go. So see, I can use the Ring of Night. I got it this scenario, and I'm allowed to use it, which is really cool. So, during your turn, perform consume dark and any other element to... I think that might be invisible self. And then the other one is any element dark. It's going the other way. I'm not sure. What is that symbol? I wish it did better with tooltips and stuff, so I could like see. I want to say it's like invisible, but anyway, we don't need that right now. They still have some work to do. There's definitely some more tooltips need added and things like that. But the overall, gist of the game and the mechanics and stuff is all here, and it's looking great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Be able to play this in the full version when it does eventually come out. All right, full rest. Let's get rid of maybe Decaying Will, possibly. Yeah. Decaying Will. Alright, got a little bit of health back. Now, you... Did she go? Did my spirit go last turn? Oh, well. Anyway. Let's see. Pincer movement. I don't really have a good option here, so we'll just make the best of whatever happens. And for Bone Shaper, she definitely needs a heal, so this will actually heal her back to full health. And then let's see. Hopefully, Skeleton in the shadow here will kill him, but let's maybe give something to grant our Skeleton an attack just to make sure. Here we go. All right, let's go. Yeah, we got him. Go Skelly. Oh, nice. +2. We may not need the extra attack now. Oh, we got a miss. Dang it. Yeah, I know. She went and missed. Dang it, you think you can rely on somebody. Alright, let's see. Well, I wanted to heal, but now I need to use the attack. So we're going to do that. Okay, well, wait a minute. No, yeah, she's going to heal herself. So yeah, let's get rid of her. Put a curse on the priest, and then Skeleton will finish her off. Good old reliable Skelly. He got the job done. Hey, Rob, what's up? Any word on Switch? Really? No. I bet they will do the same thing like with Gloomhaven. It'll come out on PC first in early access until everything's like solid, and then sometime after full release, they'll probably port it to consoles, just like they did with Gloomhaven. That would be my guess. I'd hope they do things a little faster, but that's, you know, just based off the history how they did Gloomhaven, it'll probably be something similar. So let's see, which ally do I want to move up? Well, you need to be in the back anyway, so let's just move you. But yeah, I'd love to see this hit consoles, hit Switch, because the Switch 2 is going to be able to run it, and it'll run really nice, I think. I'm working on making a video covering the different strategy games that we play and cover on the channel, and the performance difference on the Switch 2 versus Switch 1. But I have played a little bit of Gloomhaven. Ooh, we can go ahead and loot. Let's go ahead and do that. Play a little bit of Gloomhaven, and it is a lot smoother on Switch 2 than it ever was on Switch 1. It's smooth as butter. It works great. I haven't tested the online to see if it's a little more stable. Switch 1 wasn't terrible, but I think just because the console was running so slow, sometimes it timed out when you're playing online. So hopefully with Switch 2 that won't be a problem, but I haven't had a chance to test that part yet. Let's see. Do we want to do the heal? Actually, I mean, yeah, because we can heal Skelly and the Bone Shaper right here. It'll take 2 damage to do it, but I think that's a good setup before we go into this next room. Alright, and of course, before we go... Oh, well, we're going to have the long rest before we go in there anyway, so... That works out. Now, I wonder if this... No, it's just a closed door. It's not a... Okay. So if I want to open the door, it's going to have to be Bone Shaper. And it'll be... My allies won't get to go, so I probably want to just, like... Let's call in another skeleton. And what can we do on the... Oh, let's activate this. We'll activate the bottom of this so our skeletons can take 3 hits without having to take any damage at all. That's what we'll do. We'll do a prep turn here before we go into the room. So yeah, these guys don't need to move. Skip abilities. And then we'll call in another skeleton right up here. Take the 2 damage. Activate this. So the Bone Shaper also has, I think the hand size is like 12. It's really, really high. So you can afford to use burns and burn cards and stuff pretty easily, which is nice too. So let's get this heal. So that gets back to where we were. What are we going to lose? We're probably going to lose... it's getting harder to choose. Well, I guess pincer movement, because we have... That's one kind of hard to use. It's a good attack, though, but... I like Banner Spear, but she is hard to use because of the way her attacks line up, which is why I'm using her with a Bone Shaper, because it's easier when you got more allies out there, but it can still be hard to line up things like you need them to, and to be as effective as you can. So, anyway, moving on. Round 10 here. Let's get into this room. So, let's use... Let's try and have her go first and bring the skeletons up into the fight so they can get a turn. So let's use this because we can definitely attack something with range. It'll be range 3 because of the one card being active here. And then we'll use combined effort just to move up our skeletons. And then the Bone Shaper. So we need to go after... What did I pick for you? 18. We need to go after 18. So let's see. Well, that's not a problem because we don't have anything lower than 18. Fell Remedy grants them attacks, grant 3 of your summon's attacks. If I can get them all in position, that could be really powerful. But we're going in blind right now, so let's do that. That one's good. Let's do this. We'll get a little bit of health, and then we can command a skeleton to do more stuff. Let's do that. Okay, hopefully we can still beat all the enemies in here. So we'll go ahead and move into the door. And actually, I could use those boots. Let me see if it still does like Gloomhaven. Let me use them after the door.
Winding your way through the battle, dodging arcane blasts and enormous Olgok's fists. But you manage to sneak through without losing your head. Unfortunately, there are many more Olgoks standing in your way.
So there's one problem with that narration. We didn't duck and weave anything. We got plastered. We just got blasted by pretty much everything. So instead of sneaking through, we decided to full-on charge and take them out because now we were angry. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, does it let me... No, it's not letting me do that. So, in Gloomhaven Digital, we could move to a door, open it, and it was still letting me decide to use my boots afterwards, which I appreciate. That's a nice feature. It's not doing that here. Now, technically speaking, I don't think that's the way it was supposed to be, but they made it that way in that one, and I kind of like that because you can decide whether you really need them or not, but it shouldn't matter. It should be okay. Well, actually, no, it would have been nice to move one more because then the skeletons both could have been in range, but anyway, it is what it is. So let's get Skellies up there. So this Skelly will be able to get to him. When are they going? They're going late. Good. Alright, and then other Skelly. Not the Bone Shaper. Yeah, so here's the bad thing is, since I am in the doorway, I could get the skeleton here, and then he could move too, and actually be able to attack, but now he's not. He's going to be stuck behind me, but... Oh well. Alright, and then we can go ahead and attack this guy with advantage. ×2, nice. That worked out. Get him, Skelly. +1, nice. Hit him for 3. Okay, now... Yeah, let's grant him the other attack. Let's go ahead and give it to this guy so he can move up. What are you doing? Oh, he's targeting too. That sucks. So he might kill both my skeletons. Maybe, depending on what he rolls. So... I'm not going to kill him with this attack, though, but we could kill this guy, so... Just go ahead and move up here and try to take this guy out. Come on, Skelly. Yeah! Good job, Skelly. Those guys are doing a really, really good job. And since this thing died, we're going to get both our health back. Yeah, Rob, totally. I'm actually... My plan is kind of to do all of those together in a video, possibly. Redemption Reapers, Unicorn Overlord. It depends on how big it is. But I don't think it'll take too long to compare each one. So I'll probably, like, kind of just compile them all into one video to see the improvements. But yeah, it's definitely in the plan. It was actually my plan to do that video this week, along with my regular Gloomhaven guide video. Oh, I forgot I had the thing where it makes him immune. Ha! Nice. So this will... Well, that's only a -2 anyway. Ha! Nice. But yeah, I was planning on making that video this week, but then this demo dropped. So I'm actually working on a video about Frosthaven, the demo here, and then probably my Gloomhaven guide video, because I want to keep that series going. So the Switch comparison is going to probably be pushed to next week at this point. Let's see. So our guys, if I go after them, they're going to move up and might actually line up for Tip of the Spear to actually work for once. But I'll have to move 3 to make it work. And I don't have any way to move 3. No, I still have my boots. Still have my boots, so I can use a basic move. So let's do that, and let's see if I can go... Can't go earlier. Darn it. How much longer do we have to go, though? We got one more room. There's probably like 1 or 2 guys in here in the exit. I may just go ahead and short rest Bone Shaper so I can go ahead and go early. Yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to do that. I like almost never do this when I was playing the board game, but when I play digital, I'm like, oh yeah, just short rest. I need this card back. Of course, it does help when you're in full control of what's going on. What is this? Yeah, it's okay. We can lose it. Okay, so now we can make sure we go before. Plus, this helps us move and move our dudes too, so that's perfect. So that's a bottom. Let's do a top. We could strengthen... Honestly, our skeletons may finish this guy off. We may not need to attack him anyway. But let's do the... maybe the move, or either... let's strengthen. Let's strengthen Banner Spear. Okay, he's going at 44, so he should be long dead before that happens. Oh, Skelly! Skelly. Skelly, you let me down. You let me down. And now you're in the way, other Skelly. Darn. I didn't realize there was another obstacle here, I think. Well, no, it's okay, because we're going to do this, and we're going to make a move. So we can't... We can only move 1, that's fine. And we're going to need... I need my ally to be behind me. Crap, well, I don't have enough move to make that. I was thinking I had to be here. I messed it up. Because I'm only going to have a move 3, which puts me here. Which isn't the right spot to be in. So what can I change this to? I could have her move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just do a basic attack from the side. That's what I'm going to end up having to do. Oh well. I should have picked a thing to give my Skellies another attack. But let's move. Well, you don't need to move now. So let's have her move up. She won't be in the way if she goes over here. Put her like right here so she's up where she needs to be. And yeah, this one. So we'll strengthen Banner Spear. So that actually, okay, we'll be strengthened for the attack too. So that's good. I did mess up my perk point though. I was only supposed to take long rests. But that's okay. And then what's the other one? To poison somebody, but no one's in range. So skip that. Okay, so we're going to move 4. All the way up here. And then we'll just do a basic attack 2. But we have advantage, so... Almost got him. But you know what? It's okay, because he's going to attack a skeleton. And Skelly still has invulnerability. So, haha, you missed. Alright, now... Let's see, we got... Should we take a long rest? Yeah, we'll just take a long rest, because the skeleton's got this. They'll finish him off. Someone needs heal. Well, she'll get healed when she rests anyway. Let's just make sure. So let's go boom and boom. Make sure this guy goes down. Good thing I picked 30, so I get to go before him. There. So yeah, Skelly finished him off, no problem. And Wraith, well, you just need to stay there. And you need to stay there. Bone Shaper will just basic move into the room now. And we'll grant one of these guys a move just to get him closer. So move him there. Nothing to attack. In the turn. Do the long rest. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to have to hurry this up because we only got a couple turns left. But we only got to get here. Well, let's keep the move for... Let's say bye-bye regroup. Alright, Banner Spear just needs to open the door and let the army in. I could move 1, 2, possibly 3, move an ally, but it's too risky because I don't know where the enemies are going to be in this room. So let's just do what we did before, driving inspiration, and then let's just go ahead and move her 4 and get her to an exit hex. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then Bone Shaper, you need to get a move on. Yep, move 4. Okay. Move into the room.
Their numbers are thinning.
Oh gosh, of course there's all blocking the path.
You should be able to push through into the heart of this place.
And yeah, I should have used the other attack. So I'm gonna have to kill at least one of these guys to make a hole. I'm gonna go all the way in this corner because I want them to spread out so I can still have a path to get Bone Shaper in here. ×2, nice. Okay, now, Banner Spear's about to take a walloping here. What are these guys attacking for? Only 2, so we should be okay. Oh, I forgot to use my armor. Oh well. Not a big deal. Ah, he's blocking the path. Ha! No damage, because he has 2 shield. Let's use the armor this time. So that's another interesting thing is I'm getting the choice to use the armor. I don't have to use it in Frosthaven compared to Gloomhaven, which is nice. Yes, ×2 from Skelly. -2 from Wraith. Wraith is not doing too hot. Come on, Wraith. This was your one chance to prove your worth. Skelly's doing all the work. Come on, Wraith. Alright, and can we move? Yeah, we can move 4 right into the doorway. Get some loot on the way. Alright, now how many cards do we have? Well, let me see that right now. See, that's something else too. You need to be able. I need to fix it so I can actually see what cards I have left because I want to call in the other skeleton. But if I don't have enough cards left, I don't want to waste the... Wait a minute. Okay, here... Man, I was ready to right-click, and... Still not showing me... Well, we'll risk it. I think we're good, but it'd be nice to double-check. We only need, like... Actually, next turn, we should be able to get there, because these guys are out of the way. We got a hole to get through. Shouldn't be a problem. Got a rock root. Okay. It doesn't really matter. We just got to get to an exit hex. So we should be able to... Escape occurs when all heroes are staying on an exit tile or become exhausted while standing on a tile. Okay. So... Where's Bone Shaper? All right, you got. Oh yeah, she's good for a long time still. Although she does need to take a long or short rest, which might as well do a short rest at this point. And then we'll Move 2 with a summons. Or just make sure we get to an exit hex. I think we're just going to make sure we get to an exit hex. And then we can use, let's see. Yeah, we'll just do this. Okay, and he is going first. Curse, nice. Poison me, though. But she should be fine then from this one. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Alright, Banner Spear. Let's go ahead. Hey, we can do something here. Let's use our boots. Let's get to this one here. Okay, and then we can move our skeleton friend. Right here. And I keep forgetting. I keep doing that. I need to use the top of this one. I had to use the bottom to make this happen. Now I can't use the top. Oh well, it's fine. No big deal. Let's just do a basic attack. +1, so 2 damage. And then escape. Okay, so it does. I was wondering, the way it was worded, it didn't sound like it would, but in Frosthaven, the way the board game worked is if your character got to the escape hex, at the end of your turn, you could just escape. You didn't have to stay there. So it does let us do that. Nice. Look good. Look at this army. Look at this army Bone Shaper has. She's got 3 melee characters, frontliners in front of her. She's got a ranged character behind her. I mean, she is set. She don't need no help. Move there. Skip the rest of it. Grant summons. See if we can finish this guy off before we leave. Nope. Didn't get through the shield. That's okay. Escape. Cool. Alright, it was a little rough at the beginning there, but we got through it. The first room was the worst. To the outpost. Okay, so there is... No, I don't think I get to go back to the outpost. I think this is a connected mission. I think.
Once inside the cave,
yeah, it
the
is.
sounds of battle soften, the thick ice-covered walls dampening the roars. As you look back, however, a single large figure stumbles back from the fray and calls to you.
Warm bloods.
The Olgox says. It's one of the brawler Olgox, a fighter as tall as a horse, but one of its arms is hanging loose by its side, and the fur on its stomach is matted with blood.
All our enemies come to fall upon our heads, eh?
Your look of confusion prompts the creature to speak further.
The Snow Speakers
He growls and gestures outside.
invaded our home. They have killed many,
He looms over you, even from a distance.
but perhaps you can help us fight back.
Until a second ago, you didn't even realize Olgox could speak your language. And yet here one stands, asking for your help. He moves his massive bulk to the side and waves a hand toward his dead comrades.
They kill us because we are Ice Speakers.
He taps himself on the chest as he says this, wincing slightly. The creature, despite his great size, is made somehow smaller by the gesture.
You can help us.
The offer is bizarre, certainly, but there's an advantage to be had here. Sather charged you to find a way to help stop the attacks, and it would seem one has presented itself. If you help this group defend their home from these Snow Speakers, you may be able to make peace with the victors. It's slow going at first. The Olgox explains its situation further through labored breath. It seems this place, Snowscorn Mountain, holds religious significance to the Olgox clans. Both factions want control of it, but because of the animosity, only one can occupy it. When the resident Ice Speakers returned, battle-weary from their attack on Frosthaven, the Snow Speakers seized the opportunity and launched an invasion to take back the mountain. You're not sure which side you should take in this whole thing, but you know this information is valuable. So you follow this creature further into the cave, wondering whether this is what Sather had in mind.
All right. Yeah, Rob, you do have it's not even comparable. The control you have to over summons in Gloomhaven versus Frosthaven, you can't even compare it. There's so much better control. The biggest thing about, depending on the class, of course, like your summoner class especially, a lot more control. Both of these characters have a lot of control over moving allies around, which is really cool. But the biggest thing is a lot of your summons are not one and done. You can call a summons in, and once it gets killed, it goes to your discard instead of your lost pile, and you can rest, get that card back, and resummon it. So especially with the Bone Shaper, that's what she's built around. You put a bunch of skeletons out there, you use them up, and then once they're dead, you can call them back in again. So yeah, it's really nice, and that way you can also just recall your summons if they're too far behind and summon it again up in front of you. So yeah, summons are a completely different ballgame when it comes to Frosthaven. Okay, let's see if we can actually get any of these perks. Occupy a door adjacent to or more enemies. That one's going to be rough with this map coming up. Exterminator, kill one or more of each monster type that appears in the quest. Maybe. Dynamo, kill an enemy with an attack that would have caused at least 4 more points than necessary. Let's try that one. Kill an enemy attacked by another ally. Have 0 cards each time you rest. Have 3 or fewer cards in your hand or discard pile while not exhausted at the end of the scenario. These are all really hard. Sure, let's. That's never gonna happen with her though. Maybe assistant. Maybe it could happen. All right, let's go.
The battle is near. Sounds of it echo off the tunnel's icy walls. Metal crashing against stone. Thunder ripping the air. The chest-shaking howls of Olgox. Your breath is heavy as you follow your guide. Closer, closer. And then you arrive. The central chamber opens like a cavernous maw. Ice and blood and bodies writhing in battle. In the center of the room hangs an enormous shard of pearlescent ice, and for a moment, you simply stare at it. The shard rotates slowly in the air, held aloft by some otherworldly means. Clearly, a great power does reign here. But the middle of battle is no time to stand around. The Olgox around you are locked in bitter combat. Spells shooting out with terrible quickness and heavy fists swinging. Your Olgox companion shakes off his injuries and steps forward. From the cheers that rise from the combatants when he enters the room, you gather he must be some sort of leader to the Ice Speakers. He concentrates, and a thick wall of ice collects on his fists, solidifying into jagged, brutal-looking gauntlets. His weapons ready, the chieftain tilts his head up and releases a howl so loud and terrible that it cools the blood in your veins. Another terrifying howl tears through the air in response, and from the other side of the chamber, a blistering bolt of blue energy shoots out and crashes against the wall next to you. It's the Snowspeaker chieftain, standing almost a head taller than even your enormous companion, and she's wielding a pale, multifaceted staff. The two chiefs charge and crash near the center of the room, blasting open a gap in the battle. Both are clearly more skilled than the other fighters, and each moves with a surety gained from authority. The Snow Speaker cracks her staff like thunder, and the Ice Speaker bludgeons the air and ground with brutal strikes. But then, the sea of Olgox condenses back around you, all of them looking angry and suspicious. If you want to get to the main fight, you'll have to fight your way through these combatants first. You move up into the main chamber to see the two chieftains locked in mortal combat around a massive crystal of ice in the center of the room. The Olgox behind you no longer give chase. They are waiting to see what you do. But you can afford to wait no longer. If you're going to buy security for Frosthaven, you'll have to help finish this fight. It's time to pick a side.
Time to pick a side. I like the narration too. It's really good. It's actually the same if you ever play the tabletop and use the foreteller narration for it. It's the same narration. They just adapted it and put it into the video game. So that's really cool. And it's nice because it gives like all the characters have their own voices and different voice actors and stuff. So it's really well done. And there's a lot more story to Frosthaven than there weren't. I mean, Gloomhaven had story, but it's just more fleshed out and involved in Frosthaven.
They shout.
We will destroy you for this intrusion.
Okay, let's see. We still got dudes fighting each other, except they're all like too close to me, which is very uncomfortable. I don't like that. Let's see. You're an archer, right? No, he's a scout. He's an Elgok scout. He's this guy. And we got to get to this room. Okay. This is a boss fight, by the way. This little room, and then there's a boss fight in here. So, hopefully we get there without taking too much damage. I say we just stay on this side of the room and try to kill this guy and work our way around. These two guys should end up fighting each other. And this guy will probably end up coming our way, which is annoying, but... yeah, so... what do we have for... I mean, pincer would be really great, but I can't really make that happen without putting her in danger. So let's just go with... ooh, this disarms. I need an ally like here and here. So I'll go... okay, I got this. So let's use... set for the charge, maybe, or we could pull them to me to make this work. If I use this and then I have her go early, what do we go? We went 21, so if we go 18 and call in a skeleton, so I can move, I'll move her like here, pull him to here, have a skeleton here, and I'll be able to do that attack and disarm this guy. Let's hope it works out. I keep trying to do these things and I keep messing it up. Oh, okay, well, no one's like doing anything. Well, the scout is. He's attacking, but only if you're next to him, which he will be after, but he'll be disarmed. But it's nice. These guys aren't moving. That's actually going to help me out. This was a fun boss fight, too, because the boss fights have... there's a lot more complexity to Frosthaven, so in the digital, it won't be as bad. Because, you know, everything's being taken care of you in the background. But when you're playing the tabletop, some of these scenarios can rack your brain. Like, it's hard to remember the rules sometimes because there are a lot of special rules that make it really interesting and a lot of fun to play, but you do have to kind of remember, oh yeah, this is supposed to happen or that's supposed to happen. With the digital, it'll be nice because all of that will automatically happen for us. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move here. And we don't need to make anything else move, that's fine. Call in our skeleton right here. And now we should be able to make this work. I should be able to use... Well, I need to pull him first. Don't need to move. Grab him, confirm target, pull him here. And now we can do this attack. There we go. Yes. Finally pulled one off. And I got a ×2 on it. Nice. So that'll hurt him and he'll be disarmed. Can't attack me this round. That worked out really well. Good first turn. Okay, now... Let's see. I mean, I definitely could use combined effort. This guy is so weak. I think... If I have them go first, Skeleton can finish him off, and then I can move 1, 2 with the boots. I could move 3. Skeleton move 2, but that's not enough. Although I might be able to get off tip of the spear because I can move the skeleton behind me. So combined effort to get the movement that I need, and then tip of the spear. So it'll be 1, 2, 3 with the boots. Move the skeleton here. Cool. Alright. So hopefully skeleton will go early enough and not die and kill the guy, and this will work. So let's see. We'll probably just use this to heal ourselves, and then let's get another skeleton in here. The more the better. The more the merrier. Okay, good. They all went late. Alright. Awesome. This should work out. Come on, Skelly. Yeah. Okay, and let's see. We'll go ahead. Something died, so we'll get 2 health. That's perfect. Then we can go ahead and call in our other skeleton, which I'm going to stay to this side. I'm hoping that these guys will end up fighting each other. What's he doing? Move 3 and attack for 2. So 1, 2. Yeah, he should go up there. That's good. That's what we want. Perfect. Okay, now. Use our boots so we can move 3. Pattern, I need to be here. An ally behind me. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. And then we'll move this skelly. Moving behind me so we can finally use tip of the spear. Like we've been trying to do so many times before. And then, oh, I can move the other guy too. I keep forgetting I can move 2 when I do this. So let's just move him up here too. Okay, now tip of the spear. Nice. Oh, of course we miss with it. Ugh. Oh well, at least what's this guy even gonna do? What's he gonna do? He's a guard. He's gonna hit me for 3. Darn, all that work to set that up, and then it frickin' missed. At least those guys are fighting each other. This guy's still coming my way. These guys are just scratching each other. Come on, guys, fight! I love the character models, though. I mean, it looks so good. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Little spikes coming out of him. This giant freaking sword and an axe. It's so cool. And this guy with their claws and their crossbows. It's awesome. All right, looks like I'm gonna hit. Let's do our armor. There we go. Plus shield makes only 1 damage. So that wasn't bad. But he did strengthen himself, so we better kill him next time. You know what? We could try pincer movement. If I got enough move. Yeah, set for the charge will make it work. I have to go really late, though. Because I don't have enough movement otherwise. Although Unbreakable Wall... If I use This guy, okay, so they would step up and step up. And if I use 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, they're not lined up right for that to work. Okay. Let's just... This probably won't work out, but we'll go ahead and set up for it. And then we'll do... Let's see, I'll need... skeleton should already be in the right spot. But it won't hurt to have a command for one. That could help finish the guy off. I'm going to try and go as early as I can, so I'm just going to do this, and we'll see what happens. Alright. Alright, good. We beat everybody but the scout, and he's just jumping and looting, so he probably won't do anything. Good. Okay, and we'll do this on this guy. Okay, he's gonna die. We're not gonna need Banner Spear's attack. Because the skull... Or wait. Never mind, that doesn't make one of my guys. Okay, so Banner Spear will get to go. Alright. And then we'll move... We're just gonna grab this loot. I mean, I know we gotta move 4, but... Well, no. We'll go ahead and move up. Yeah. Okay, and we'll actually get to do this attack now. Of course, this guy will hit me for attack 5. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll live. I want to get this off. Finish this guy off. Cool. We can finally use it. Yeah. 7 damage. Needed that the first time around. Okay. Cool. Now he's going to smack me. Oh, you got a ×2. Of course you got a ×2. Why would he not get a ×2? This won't be super useful later on. That might be... let's go with... except for the charge, yep. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I'd go one of these. Bleh. I gotta burn one of these. I like all of these. I don't want to lose any of these. I guess we'll go with... Yeah, we'll go with regroup, I guess. Good, these guys are still taking each other out. Alright, we should be able to use Unbreakable Wall if... I kind of want to set down Banner of Hope too, but maybe I should wait until I get in the boss room. So let's use this for movement. Let's do Unbreakable Wall. And we'll get her moved over. We'll have to get a skeleton up there, though. Which means that may not... Skeletons aren't going to have enough movement unless I give them movement. So where's... Here it is, command. Let's go so late, though. So that's not really going to work out like I want. So let's just do the... We'll use the top of that and then the bottom of this because we need to activate our shield. That'll work. Okay. And then for our skeletons here, let's go with... Yeah, I might call the Wraith in again. Let's see, they're going to move 1, 2, not going to quite get to them, so they need some help getting there. So you know what, let's charge up... Yeah, let's do... oh man. Okay, we're just gonna grab this one, and that's gonna work. It's gonna work. All right, Banner Spear. We're gonna activate our shield. What's this guy doing? He's attacking for 4. We're going to attack him with just straight because this normally has advantage. Hey, we pulled ×2. Nice.
I can help you with that. What would you like to know about the number 2?
Oh my gosh. Stupid Google, Gemini, likes to hear random things and start talking about them. Could turn him off. Jeez. Interrupting me. Okay. Let's see. What happened? Oh, we took 4 damage. Well, that guy didn't last long. I was hoping he would do more damage. Well, skeletons are performing a flanking maneuver. They're doing a pincer movement. Look at these skeletons. It's like they got brains in their hollow heads. Okay, let's grant 1. Oh, I was hoping one of them would still be next to this loot, because I was going to use this to grab a loot, but oh well. Let's have you go, because you're farther away. Just go up here. Distract this guy. But attack this guy. Alright, Skelly, come on. All you do is scratch him. Alright, then we'll just use basic move. I'll just have her grab the loot herself. There we go. $4 gold. Okay, now unfortunately I'm gonna have to long rest. Hey, we did get our dynamo. We got our perk point for Banner Spear. That's cool. Yeah, she's gonna have to long rest, and we're gonna have to rely on the skeleton crew here. Of course, they're gonna go so late that it may not work out very well. But we'll go with these, I guess, and let's, yeah. Okay, Skellies. You gotta survive. Survive, Skelly! Hey, you survive. What's this guy doing, though? How much movement does he have? Only 1, so... So, if I don't use this, Skelly dies, but this guy can only move 1 and can't get to me anyway. If I use it, it's just kind of wasted, because this guy's probably going to kill him. Although there is a chance that he'll miss. So, we'll use it. We'll use it. Because we're about to long rest soon anyway, we'll get it back. We did pull a -1, but it wasn't enough to not... Did you just do... No, he got him. Okay, cool. Alright, and then we'll grant him... Oh, plus we have grass, so we can add poison to it. That's nice. So we'll add the poison. So, of course, we're probably going to kill him. -1. Nope, didn't kill him. Dang it. It's got 1 health left. But we can go ahead and do this to heal our Banner Spear. 5 health for 2. That's a pretty good trade. And then what are we losing? Pincer movement maybe? Probably. Yeah, let's just go with that. Okay, and you know what? I want to see what this does, so I'm going to use it. Yeah, it's invisible. That's what I thought. Okay. It's invisible. So, yeah, that definitely would have been better for... well, it didn't matter. She looted it, but it would have been better for her, but... Anyway. Good to know. That's what I thought it was, but it's nice to know for sure. Alright, well, this guy's down to 1 health, so honestly, Skeleton could finish him off, but he'll go so late. We better go ahead and just get rid of him. Let's go for... Just use Driving Inspiration to make sure it happens, and then... Maybe I'll bring in my reinforcement dude. Of course, I'll need to move first. Nah, let's just move with Javelin or... Yeah, I don't know. Combined effort? Yeah. Okay, and we'll use our last 2 cards here, then take a long rest. And they're not moving, but they're going before me, so... Poor Skelly. Alright, Banner Spear, go ahead and move to the door. Skip the rest of that ability. Attack this guy. Finish him off. We got advantage, so we should be good. Whew. Yep. Awesome. End Banner Spear's turn, and then for her, let's see. We could call in our other skeleton. It's probably a good idea since we're low on skeletons right now. Oh, wait. Oh, I messed up. I forgot I was only at 2 health. Ah, that was bad. Let me take it back. You know what? We're going to find out. We're going to find out right now if it lets me restart the round, but it doesn't. I have to do it. What is it? You can restart at the start of a round or on your hero's turn during card selection. So it's too late. I totally screwed that up. So now I have to burn 2 cards, which, I mean, it's not that big a deal necessarily for this one, but it still sucks. Yeah, and yeah, sure. That was dumb. It was dumb. One bad thing about digital. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, I'm doing card selection. Hang on. Aha! Aha! Restart round. I'm not doing that. That is too dumb. We're not doing that. I wasn't paying attention. We only had 2 health. Dirt to dir. But now we'll test this. We'll see if it works the same way as Gloomhaven's restart round, where everything happens exactly the same as far as what modifiers are pulled, what the enemies do, etc., etc. I imagine it probably will. I do just notice that the interface and the way everything works is pretty much the same as it was in Digital Gloomhaven. There's a couple things different, like when an enemy attacks, it has you confirm when they're attacking you, which is interesting. But, okay, so what did we do? We did Driving Inspiration, and we did Combined Effort, and then we did boom, and boom, and boom. Okay. And this will happen as it did. Skelly will die, probably. Yep, it was still 5 attack, so yep, same thing, same results. Okay, and Banner Spear, move 2 to the door. Finish off this guy with the advantage. A miss and a +0, so yeah. Works the same way as it did in Gloomhaven. And Banner Spear's turn, and let's not do the summons thing. We could summon our Wraith. Let's do that. Let's summon our Wraith. And then we'll just move up towards the door here. Now, we gotta get rid of this guy. We'll set for the charge, because he's probably coming after me, and then I'll call in my reinforcement guy I keep wanting to call in. And then for the banners, or for her, we'll go ahead and long rest. Okay, set for the charge. Calling our reinforcement buddy. There he is. Just a little guy. Just a little guy with a stick. Alright. Algox gonna come up, he's gonna take 2 damage. Then he's gonna... Ooh, good thing we had the +0 in there. Shield, no damage. Wraith gets to attack. Doesn't do anything. And let's see, we'll get rid of, what is it, Decaying Will, probably, maybe? Or this one, let's go with Decaying Will. Okay, now we gotta figure out... I want to just move into the room. Well, we can't move in the room until this guy's dead, so... I'd really want to move into the room with her. So let's see if Bone Shaper can get this guy dead. What can we use? We could call in another skeleton, but then I can't give him an attack or anything. Alright, well, we definitely need to call in the skeleton, so... Let's just do the heal thing and call in one of our skeletons. And then we'll go ahead and have to... Well, we could still take this guy out and move into the room to start the next section, so... We'll have to just attack with disadvantage with this range attack, probably. Yeah. And then she'll have to take a long rest as soon as she moves into the room. But that's fine. Oh yeah, reinforcement moves first. Let's, I don't know, move them over here. I forgot about that. I could have lined it up so I could have used something. Oh, that's fine. Hopefully we'll get him. Ah, dang it. The mist came up first, though, so we would have missed him regardless. Now I can't get in the room, so... Crap. Hey, Wraith's gonna hit him, finally. Call in the skeleton. We'll only get to heal one this time, because nothing died this round. Now, he'll attack my little dude, which is fine. It saves me from taking a hit. Because that guy comes back. I don't lose him permanently. I can recall him again, so... Now it's time for her to take a long rest again. And honestly, summons probably have this guy good now. So we're going to do a heal, and we're going to do... That might actually work out. Honestly, yeah, no, we need the heal. We need the heal, and then let's do this. Yeah. Okay, come on. Skellies. Oh, we got ×2 right there. Wraith did it. Yeah, Wraith's finally pulling her weight. Good job. So, Bone Shaper. Let's get our health back. And then let's give some immunity to our little allies here. Alright, now we're ready to go after this boss. All right, here we go. Yep, we're gonna start off with that one, and we're going to just use something to move us into the room. I don't know. Let's see. Let's move. We move 1, 2 into the room. We'll have range 3 with our attack. So no, we need to move more than that. We'll just use Tip the Spear for the movement. Okay. And then our Bone Shaper needs to go after. So she needs to go after 18. So I really need to bring in some more skeletons probably. So, but I want my skeletons moving in there. Let's do... let's just call in a skeleton, and really don't have a whole lot else to do with a bottom here. I mean, maybe someone will be near a loot. I could use that, I guess. Okay. Alright, here we go. Moving into the room.
With the final group of guards dispatched, you move forward into the heart of the mountain. The central chamber opens like a cavernous maw. Ice and blood and bodies writhing in battle. In the center of the room hangs an enormous shard of pearlescent ice, and for a moment, you simply stare at it. The shard rotates slowly in the air, held aloft by some otherworldly means. Clearly, a great power does reign here. Your Olgok's companion steps forward, drawing looks of both terror and relief from those already in combat. Her eyes move over the chamber floor and lock onto a large figure standing on the other side. A huge Olgox who has just emerged from another passage. The Ice Speaker Chieftain. He tilts his head back and releases a long, wild roar.
Here we go.
Your companion roars back, and the two chiefs charge and crash near the center of the room, blasting open a gap in the battle. Both are clearly more skilled than the other fighters, and each moves with a surety gained from authority. The Snow Speaker cracks her staff like thunder, and the Ice Speaker bludgeons the air and ground with brutal strikes. You only get a few moments to observe the fight before you notice that several of the combatants are waiting to see what you do. But you can afford to wait no longer. If you're going to buy security for Frosthaven, you'll have to help finish this fight. It's time to pick a side.
Okay, so the boss fight, this is the first boss fight you come to in Frosthaven. And also, this is the end of the demo after this fight. But, it ends for a reason, because there's some spoiler stuff after this fight. But let's just leave it at whichever of these you decide to leave alive, whichever one you decide to help, makes a huge impact on what happens next in your game. And it's a lot of fun. But, once you get here, it's going to be, this could be like, oh, I definitely, like, I want to take out this guy, okay? But then it could end up being like, you're not getting enough damage on him before he's dying too much, and then you have to change sides and help the other person. So, it's a really interesting boss fight, because depending on how it goes, if you want to win, you may have to, like, attack both of them, or, you know, change sides halfway through the fight. So, it's really cool. But, so you have to do at least 50% damage to the chieftain that gets killed. So you have to prove, basically, that you were helping by doing more than 50% of the damage to one of the bosses. So you might think that, oh, well, it's easier to take her out. But in my first playthrough, that's what I thought. I got her down to 1 health, but then I didn't have enough damage on her for it to count. So I had to start fighting the other guy, and somehow she survived for the rest of the time until I actually killed the other guy. And I got enough damage on him to win. So it's very interesting, very complex boss fight. So let's see. Right now, she's going to move 2, target 2. He's going to move 3, attack for 5, and stun. I want them to go after each other right now. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. and I went first. So I'm definitely going to have to take a step back, which kind of sucks, and I'm probably not going to be able to use my attack then. Because 1, 2, 3, he would still come after me. Because remember, this has -1 range because I used the shield, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have to 1, 2, 3. He could go after her, but higher initiative is here. Okay, so we're actually gonna back up. Which, you know, it sucks because I'm not gonna be able to use this now. But I need them to go after each other right now. I don't want to take... Well, I suppose I could have moved over here in her corner. It's actually probably what I should have done, but it's okay. I didn't want to take the big hit from him and get stunned. Oh, of course he pulled a nice 2 on him. So we're going to try and help the big guy, because that's who we came here with. And it looks like that's who my people are attacking, so... Alright, yeah, we're just going to call in another skeleton. Actually, let's do this first. Let's move back one. Get skeletons on the front line. The skeletons, remember, they have the immunity for like the next 3 hits. So... There's also a treasure chest back there, which we could try to grab if we get the chance. Okay, now the battle is joined. And see, she's already taken... Like, we've done 2 damage to her, but she's already taken a bunch. So we need to make sure that we wallop her this turn. So I think if I could get in there... Is this a space right here? Yeah, so if Skelly moves up, 1, 2, 3. I need 3 movement. We could end up using combined effort. But, well, I got my boots, so I could make 3 happen. Could also maybe move her into the doorway so he can only attack her, but let's do combined effort, and we'll try to make that work. Let's get the skeletons going early so they can take the hits. Well, can't get them going too early. Oh well. But I could potentially have 3 of them do attacks, maybe. And then we'll take this one and we'll see how it plays out. 17 and 79. So he's gonna shield, move 4, attack targeting 3, so he's probably gonna end up moving where he can hit Skelly down here. Yeah. Oh, he moved over there. Okay. Haha! Skelly is invulnerable to you. Okay. That kind of messed up what I wanted to do because I wanted to hit her, not him. Although I can still make it work. Except, no, I can't because they're on the same side of the card again. Dang it. Him moving there messed everything up. So I go 1, 2, 3, but then I only be able to hit him. I don't care to hit him. I want to hit her. So I guess I'll just move in and do a basic attack on her. The other problem is the skeletons are all going to target him now too. So let's do this one. Let's add the boots to it. Let's get in here. Okay, and then we'll take skeleton. And move him over here this side so he'll target her. And then we'll grab... let's see... Who went first? He went first. He's gonna get targeted. I want to grab our Wraith, I think. Put the Wraith in the back corner. Okay, and then basic attack on her. Okay, got 2 in. Skelly got 1 more in. Alright, but now we got some commands with our Bone Shaper, so... I could go crazy with it. We could do this, attack and curse, and I could hit her with that, and then we could use the bottom of this one, attack 5. That'll give us all the damage that we need, and almost kill her, maybe kill her. So we're going to do it, even though I don't really need the other guys to attack. Oh, she'll get an attack too, so... Do I need to select them? Grant 3 of your... I don't know. Maybe I just do 1 at a time? +0, so we're going to get attack 2, throw in a curse. Yeah, I do 1 at a time. Have her attack. Yeah, this is going to work out perfect. Only need 2 more damage on her. Then we'll grant... Oop, well, we got 1 more. So, I don't really need his, but we might as well do it because it's there. ×2, nice. Plus it gives him a curse. And finally, grant him attack 5. I could have granted it to her too, but here we go. Come on, Skelly. Oh, 1 health left. Well, that's alright. We got enough damage on her. Should have this 1 here in a second. No damage there. No damage there. And that one's didn't take damage. Cool. Alright, Javelin, Rallying Cry. Let's finish this thing. So those speakers are going to go first. Just attacking him. Good. Well, targeting 2, so... Who else are you hitting? Banner Spear. And no biggie. Oh, you pushed me, though. Oh, crap. Well, I keep him alive. Can't do anything for the Wraith. And he missed the other skeleton. So 2 skeletons are still up. That's good. Let's see here. Javelin's range 3 if I move. But my shield car is active. Alright. So, I'd like to get that chest too, but... Alright, we're gonna do... I think this will work. So, we're gonna... Well, maybe. Let me see if it will let me deactivate my shield card. It may not, because I may not be able to deactivate that until like the beginning or end of a turn. I was going to do that so I could have the extra range back to hit him, but that's not going to happen. I could pull him, and then I still won't be able to hit him. So I don't think I can hit anybody with Banner Spear this time. So, you know what? Let's bring in our little, let's bring in the banner. Give everybody else a buff. And just for the heck of it, let's hit this guy because we can't hit him. Just in case, you know, if they both have enough damage on them, and it doesn't matter which one dies, will win. Skeletons are going to take care of this. Maybe. No, they're not because they're attacking the wrong guy. But this is a good example of how the banners work much better in a closed space when you're fighting like a boss or playing defense, because you don't have to worry about moving it. Alright, did I give anybody anything I could grant tax? No. So, how much health I have? I only have 2 health. Alright, well, let's strengthen Buddy here. And let's poison him. I don't know if he's immune to it or not. He's not, so good. And then we'll move for... She's gone last yet. Alright, let's see if we can finish her off this turn. Let's just short rest. And Bone Shaper, yeah, both of you short rest. And oh, that sucks. You know what? No, let's take the damage because I want to keep that one. Okay, and I don't care. That one's fine. Okay, so Banner Spirit. Let's do this because it's range 3. So I'll still have to move up. I was kind of hoping to go get the chest. I could, because the skeletons might. Let's see if the skeletons kill her first. I need to give them a command, though, so let's go at 18. Don't have any commands to give them, but... You know what? Short? No, I already short rested. Oh, I'm out of commands. Okay. Well, then. Skeletons will not be able to finish her off, so that's fine. We just won't get the chest. Unless... Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, she can get it. Perfect. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, here we go. Oh, he moved to optimize. Dang it. Because his target was probably this skeleton, so he was able to move. Ah, alright. Well. Keep that skeleton alive. She's gonna have to burn a card. And Banner stayed alive, that's good. I'm getting to use the banner a lot. That's nice. So we almost have enough damage on him now. It doesn't matter which one dies. We'd win. Actually, we do, because I think this rounds up. So we'd be good. But it's okay. So we're going to go grab treasure. And then go ahead and have her heal. Okay, now... I want a command blueprint. Nice. That's what I was talking about, finding blueprints in missions and stuff, too, rather than just having to research them or get the building upgrades. Okay, well, since she moved, I can hit her from right here. We're taking her out. There it is. Battle 1. And I still had, still could have went and got the chest. But at least I can go grab this loot. There it is. Yay. Beat him. That can be a tough fight if things do not go well. That went actually really well for me that time. Guessing the automatons here.
A blood-curdling howl, a bitter shift in the air, one final crack from the Snowspeaker's staff, and the battle is over. The aged Snowspeaker chief collapses to the ground, lifeless, and the chamber grows still. Sweat evaporates from your forehead, and all around the battle-worn ice speakers look on, and the surviving snow speakers flee. A low voice rises up.
A good fight, warm bloods.
The voice says, resounding off the icy walls. It's the Ice Speaker Chief, looking much worse for wear. He grabs his ribs, most of his weight settled on one leg. His face, though, shows not pain, but curiosity.
You helped us defeat these invaders, and for that, I am thankful. But why did you do it?
It's the first chance you've really had to think about it, but you figure honesty is the best option here. You explain that you've been sent from Frosthaven on a mission to secure the town's safety, and that you'd hoped by fighting in the battle that you might forge some sort of treaty with this tribe.
No, Chief Elland. The humans defiled the sacred clearing.
One of the creatures roars, incredulous.
These are their strongest warriors?
Shouts a priest.
We can kill them easily.
Geru has brought them to us to help defend our home.
Elland shouts back at his surviving kin.
To kill them now would be to go against his will. In return for their aid, we will allow their town to stand for now.
At this proclamation, the entire mountain rumbles, and a fear crosses Elland's face.
They're at the summit!
An Olgok scout rushes into the cavern in a pure panic.
A powerful snow speaker is performing a ritual. They intend to bring down the whole mountain!
Elland turns to you.
This clan is not on your side, but with continued help, maybe they can be. So, you must climb.
The chief growls.
You must go up to the peak and find this snow speaker. Cast them down, so the wolves may eat their flesh. It will take them some time, so you may leave and prepare. We will stop them from leaving the peak until you return to prove your friendship.
He nods at the rightness of his words, and then, considering you for a moment longer, decides on something else. He claps an enormous hand down on your shoulder, nearly bringing you to the ground.
And I shall send a champion to aid in this trial,
He says, his eyes wide and fiery.
to ensure it is successful.
Finished with the Olgok's Mountain, you head back to Frosthaven to plan your next move. There you find Sather, speaking with a downtrodden populace, still reeling from the latest attack they barely survived.
A few new support beams here and there, patch up some of the walls, and we'll be sure of snow in no time. You see,
She says with a wink.
the frost or fire in the world will keep us down for long.
Her enthusiasm is met with minimal recognition as the residents continue to sift through the rubble. You grab the mare long enough to make a report of your time with the Olgoks.
The sea have mercy.
She snorts, slightly surprised.
This internal struggle with the Algox explains a lot. But at least it sounds like you've made strong progress towards getting at least one group to stop attacking us, so that's something. We've had some troubling developments of our own while you've been gone.
The mare continues.
Some of the watchmen have reported lurkers of all things on the outskirts of the territory. I reckon since you made it safely back to town, you might go out and check on those damn crabs for me. Better to get a handle on them before they show up at our door.
She punches you on the arm and then begins to walk away.
Oh, actually,
She stops and turns back.
there was one more thing. A scouting party came back recently and reported seeing some strange metal constructs marching through the wastes. They scout tracked them east through the Whitefire Wood and then into some frozen valley, but couldn't follow them beyond that. So you might as well have a look at that too.
You rub some of your bruises from the Olgok's altercation and nod.
Good.
Suther chirps.
And while you're doing that, we'll keep rebuilding the town. I'm sure you can already tell, but the north isn't exactly hospitable, so we need to get Frosthaven back on its feet as soon as we can. That means we need all the resources we can find. So while you're out there, see if you can collect some lumber, metal, and hides to help us out. Luck willing, we'll be able to rebuild this outpost before winter, because if we don't, then there's no hope for any of us.
Outpost event. A group of mercenaries are strapping supplies onto a donkey-drawn wagon. A woman in gleaming armor stows a warhammer, ignoring the agitated old man nattering at her. Bah! Go on then, and rush to your deaths. There's nothing up that mountain but unmarked grave with your name on it. He scrunches his face, struggling. Or I should say, without your name on it, because it'll be unmarked, and no one will find you. He turns to you. These mercenaries are abandoning Frosthaven to venture into the hills for adventure. Waste of good manpower, I say. The mercenaries certainly look to be on the younger side, still excited for a march outside the walls. So, mercenaries should be supported to help them purchase supplies in return for a cut of what they find. Well, the old man's right. They're walking to their doom. Try to stop them. I think we're the only ones. Oh, hey, a plucky Quattro goes a crowd with notes from her loot hopping on the back of the donkey. How about it then? Who will fund our journey to treasure? Okay, so that last little line I missed there definitely goes with, yeah, we should try to stop them. Because they're all just like, hey, it's going to be fun. No, it's not. You'll die. You stop the Orchid mercenary as he loads the last of the meager supplies into the wagon. He clearly hasn't seen much combat. You describe just how dangerous this could be. I didn't think of it that way. He walks off to talk with his companions, who start looking more concerned. Eventually he returns. Thanks for the dose of reality. I'm probably better off just joining the town guard. I guess we won't be needing this. He hands you the object that inspired their adventure. The party gains 1 inspiration, and you gain 1 soldier for the barracks. Nice. And that is the end of the demo. However, we are able to see now, so here's our wall. So remember the last time before we started the last mission, we did do a building upgrade. We repaired the wall. So now you can see the gates are actually gates now instead of just holes. So that's cool. As you can see the settlement kind of build as you go about and go through the game. But that's it. That is the demo. Now, you can, at the end of the demo, if you want, I'm pretty sure you can go to the world map and you can replay any of the quests that you already completed. So if you want to kind of play and try to level your characters up and see a little bit more of each character, I think you're going to be able to do that in the demo. I haven't actually tested it myself, but you should be able to go back and, yeah, replay quests that you've already completed. And then you could kind of do that to level up, because in this case, I didn't get either of my characters leveled up. Where were we? We were at, there we go, 31 to 45 and 36 to 45. But like I said, you can actually go ahead and, look at your new cards in the levels right from the beginning if you'd like, and kind of plan out your build. But with that, that's going to be everything for tonight, guys, and for this stream. Thanks, everybody who stopped by, for stopping in, for the chit-chat. And go check this demo out. It is on Steam right now, completely free. Go download it, play it, see what you think of yourself playing it. And I will have another video or two about Frosthaven before the demo goes away. And the demo is only for a limited time. It only lasts until, like, the beginning of next week, and then it's going to be gone, and you won't be able to play it again for a while, probably until closer to time, or when they actually release into early access. So, go check it out now. If you want to check it out, don't miss your chance. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And have a good night. Catch you next time.